Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I loved it.
My name's Jay Milne. #Luke.
Our sports update deliverer. The Coon.
I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up today.
You know what, Reid?
You might be on this.
All right, here's what's going on in the nest.
Preseason game day for your Edmonton Oilers. They will be taking on the Winnipeg Jets tonight at 7 o'clock at Rogers Place. No, they're not playing. No McDavid, no Draisaitl expected this evening. Henrique Mangiapane Savoy listed as the top line coming out of the morning skate. Calvin Pickard will be your goaltender. We'll take a closer look at that game and some other Oilers-related stories as we move through the afternoon. Elks Riders tomorrow. Massive game on Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. 5 o'clock for the kickoff for that one. 4 o'clock here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your Green and Gold kickoff show with Jason Milne at Mattawannock. Now, of course, the Elks held their walkthrough today, and the organization still dealing with the loss of owner Larry Thompson, who passed away yesterday. Team president Chris Morris with some thoughts on Larry Thompson.
A couple things I just want to make sure are very, very clear to everybody in our community. Number one is just how much Larry cared about not just this team, but this community as a whole and every single person that's been involved with it. Larry's dream was to have this place become a special part of Edmonton again and to revive this franchise to be everything it ever has been in the past to everybody in this community. That work will continue through his wife, Deb, and his family. I'm very excited to work with Deb as the first female owner in the league, and I think it's going to be a wonderful thing for the league, and she's going to be outstanding. The second thing I want everybody to know about Larry is Larry fought a hard fight at the end. He had a surgery about a month ago, and there were severe complications that happened with the surgery. He fought like you couldn't even believe. So many things happened after the surgery that in the end, his passing was a peaceful passing and something that allows him now to rest and be in a better place. So on behalf of the Elks organization and the Thompson family, I want to thank everybody for their concern and know that Larry's vision and what he thought community should be and this team should be will carry forward with all of us here.
And Morris also expanded on Larry Thompson's impact on the Elks.
Yeah, there is no way to overstate the impact that Larry Thompson and his family had on this organization. This organization was about to go bankrupt when he took them over. He took this place under his wing. And it wasn't just that there were financial issues here. There were many credibility issues. There were problems with the community. There were issues with the way the club had conducted business over the last couple of years. And Larry's presence here alone was enough to overcome a lot of that because everybody knows that Larry's a straight shooter and that he did things the right way and that he was someone that cared about this community. And him taking over this team, the type of person he was and the reputation he had did a lot to restore this organization's reputation. And we want to continue with that work and use that as sort of our base.
Along with Jason Milne, I'm Reid Wilkins on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton Sports. Jay, we'll get to a couple other clips from Morris and a comment from GM Ed Hervey, who spoke today as well. But, I thought that was interesting what Morris said. This was a team, and I'm not saying they're out of the woods because there's work to be done, but in dire financial straits. And he made an interesting point. The reputation of the club had declined in the community and really probably across the CFL community as well, but even within the Edmonton and area community. So Larry Thompson, and it's going to continue with his wife, Deb, and it's also kind of a family venture with the Thompsons. There's still work to do, but, Larry took on, I'm sure, a financial burden with this and also an emotional burden of rebuilding the reputation of the Elks.
Clearly something he wanted to achieve in taking on ownership of this team. And I said this earlier on the Hangout, but I think the right people are in place. I think that if you could say this was left to the right people in charge, Deb, his wife, obviously knows what Larry's vision was for this team. She shares that same vision. And one of the first things that Larry did was hire Chris, a guy that he admired, believed could align with his vision, But as you said yesterday, probably add in some of his own vision, given that he was a former player in the days of greatness of this organization, and lean on that experience. So I think, this, as sad as this is, this club and this organization is in good hands.
A little more from Chris Morris, team president, on Larry Thompson.
Yeah, I tell you, from the moment I met Larry, he reminded me very much of my own father. Like he's a guy who, not a whole bunch of formal education, went out and just decided, rolled up his sleeves and wanted to work, and worked up in northern Alberta and built an empire. And the stories he told about flying planes and crashing planes and building roads through the snow and just finding ways to get things done. I can't even give you one story. He's just a remarkable human being and a tough, gritty guy who just cared so much about the people around him. He's an incredible person. If you didn't get to know him, you're worse for it. And I'm just privileged that I got to know him for the time I did.
All right, and we'll hear more from Chris Morris later in the show as well, but I want to get in a comment here from General Manager Ed Hervey speaking on Larry Thompson.
That was one of the biggest things that he talked about, was how he built his empire, was the people, right? It was, and again, he was, I say this, and he said he was a ruthless guy. This is with respect to how he built his empire, but I say that is more of, that's what you want, right? But he said he would always surround himself with the kind of people that he knew he could trust. The kind of people they knew that was going to work hard, the people that were going to work hard, you didn't have to keep an eye on them, that they were going to do what it took, and they were going to band together and build. And you don't come into Larry's kind of success by accident. Right? You have to, have principles that you believe in, and there's no question that he was able to do that. And, he instilled that into this organization. And obviously with the hiring of Chris bringing myself and bringing Mark on, we're aligned in that philosophy. And our belief is that, not only are we going to get this organization back to where it is on the field with success, but also the reputation in the community, because I believe the reputation of this team within this community is very important, was very important to Larry and his family, and it will continue to be. And that's something that we will live by and live on with, and we will continue to work even harder to maintain that.
So that's General Manager of the Elks, Ed Hervey. Of course, Larry Thompson, the owner of the team, passing away yesterday. His wife, Deb, will take over ownership of the team. There will be a moment of silence and a tribute to Larry before the game tomorrow. That's what Chris Morris said today. And then they'll look in the weeks ahead for a more permanent way to honor Larry's memory, as the Elks will be taking on the Saskatchewan Roughriders. So again, we'll hear a little bit more from Chris Morris as we move along. Major story, sad story for sure, but there is a football game, Jay, and we want to talk about that as well. And quite frankly, probably Larry Thompson would want us to talk about that too. It's going to be a crowd that will rival, if not surpass, the crowd that assembled a couple weeks ago, or I guess 3 weeks ago almost, for the Labor Day rematch against Calgary, which is probably the Elks' best, well, I don't say probably, their best game of the season.
Yeah, sure.
All around this year, winning that one 31-19, playing an excellent Saskatchewan squad that is 10-3, still a little banged up in their secondary, and the Elks facing virtually a must-win. They will not be mathematically eliminated if they lose, but man, oh man, the road's going to be tough. The depth chart always comes out the day before the game. Anything strike you about what the Elks are doing?
Well, last week we saw the debut at halfback of Jalen Williams, and it wasn't a strong outing. They had moved Cordell Jackson to safety and put Williams at Cordell Jackson's spot at halfback. They have now moved Jackson back to that weak side halfback and moved Jalen Garnes to the free safety position. So I feel they believe it's more important. We were talking about it earlier, Cordell Jackson might be the most outstanding player on their defense this year. He leads the team in tackles. They feel more comfortable and that he's much more useful for the team in that halfback position. So it's nice to see him back to his normal, natural position. Jalen Garnes has played safety already earlier in the season when Metier was injured. Mm-hmm. He played that spot. So I think they're a little bit in a better situation heading into tomorrow's game with Cordell Jackson at half. Once again, they've dressed 10 defensive linemen, Reid.
That's incredible. 10 defensive linemen. So they will be rotating through specifically at that defensive end position where you've seen players like Kongbo and Taylor emerge
as very, very useful players for this organization. I know we touched on it earlier, the bullpen a bit, but there's going to be some interesting questions, much like there was last year.
Yeah.
In the offseason for this team, with the emergence of a Justin Rankin, right? What happened to Kevin Brown? Well, you're expendable at that point.
Right.
They have found some players here that came in as relative nobodies, at least in the CFL, and now are shining through and becoming rising stars at a much lower price. And as I alluded to earlier, this season, a Jake Serezna and a Robbie Smith, they don't come out the field. Robbie Smith's the most highest paid player in the CFL outside of a quarterback.
Right.
He's not coming off the field. Jake Serezna is almost up there. He's not coming off the field. This has afforded them the maybe pun intended, opportunity to rotate through and keep fresh legs. And it's clearly been working out. I mean, the sacks have been coming now in the past 3 games.
So the Elks now have 18 sacks on the season, which is tied for 7th with Ottawa. So they're second and third last. Winnipeg, oddly enough, is last at 17. Saskatchewan leads the way with 34. Now, the last 3 weeks, the Elks have, 10 sacks, I think? It's like...
Yeah, it's doubled what they had.
Right, almost. It doubled what they had. Are there any comparisons... I know they're both veteran quarterbacks. Little bug there you're trying to get.
Fruit fly.
A little fruit fly. I shouldn't have left all that watermelon in my backpack. Trevor Harris gets the ball out quick when he's playing well.
Yep.
And so does Bo Levi. Now, the Elks did get to Bo Levi a couple times last week, but he's very good. Like, is that because this Saskatchewan offense has been humming? They got a great running back, and Harris maybe is playing better than he's ever played.
Yep.
So how do you get to him?
Well, you've got to get to him early. And Trevor Harris is not going to beat you with his legs. Okay, so I would expect to see a defensive backfield that is standing, 5-6 yards off the ball, ready to eliminate or try and limit those quick passes, which will force Trevor Harris to bring the ball back down and reassess and go through his reads. Essentially, you want him to hold on to the ball in the pocket until players like Kongbo and Barlow can get home. And he's not really elusive with his feet. Levi Mitchell was more elusive than Trevor Harris is. So you can maybe afford to work some more stunts in where you have guys crossing up and trying to confuse the old lineman. Use your speed to get to Trevor Harris. But it all starts with the secondary controlling how long Trevor Harris has to hold the ball. The longer he holds the ball, the better it is because it limits that fast passing game, right? Which is a major part of their offense. I would imagine that would be game plan for in their secondary.
All right, so that's the quick notes on the Elks game tomorrow. Here's how we expect the Oilers to line up tonight against the Jets. Henrique between Mangiapane and Savoy. Tomasek centering Howard and Kapanen. That's an interesting line. Noah Philp with Janmark and Quinn Hudson. Szymanski with Marhala and Järventie. Marhala has had a decent camp. Nurse with Stetcher. Kulak with Regula. And Deneen with Brown. Pickard, the goaltender. And Janssen will dress as the backup as the Oilers are halfway through the preseason schedule, thankfully. They host Vancouver on Sunday, and then they have road games against Seattle and Vancouver next week. So that's what we expect there. So, none of the, I guess if you count the stars as being, well, you would count the stars as being McDavid, Draisaitl, Bouchard, Ekholm, Nugent-Hopkins, not in the lineup tonight. But I want to see Tomasek again. I want to see Howard in person. Haven't seen him there. Interesting. I think it was all this Nurse Wallman, and now it's Nurse Stetcher tonight. So I guess maybe still a chance for Stetcher to see what he can do. I think he's fighting with Emerson and maybe even a little bit with Leppanen for spots 6 through 8, if you want to look at it that way. You can get in touch, of course. Email Reid at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, Jay at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. If you are taking us in on YouTube, we thank you for that. Give us a click. Give us a thumbs up. We try to get to at least 100 every show.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
Thumb, thumb, thumb. There it is. And you can text 780-218-9999. The afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, home of the kitchen restaurant. Sundays and Mondays, 50% off the entire menu. Available Sundays and Mondays, 5 p.m. until close. Ryder Cup going on. Jay and I were watching as much of this as we could. So the Europe took 3 of the first 4 points. The States and Europe each now have a win this afternoon. Okay, so the Straka and Rom over Scheffler and Spawn, that ended since the show started.
Sure.
The other 2 remaining matches, Europe is 1 up after 16, and then the remaining match is all square after 14. So a chance for Europe to have a fairly to have a nice bulge heading into the weekend.
Interesting way to describe that,
Thank
Rick.
you.
Yeah, they have to split here. If Europe grabs 3 of these points, that is a massive hole or indent.
Yeah, or it could be. I guess it could be. The afternoon could be 2.5, 1.5. The way it stands now would be 2.5, 1.5.
Yeah.
So that would make it 5.5, 2.5. So that's still a pretty healthy lead. Elks and Riders tomorrow.
I see you're wearing your Riders green.
I'm not wearing Riders green. I'm
What an
wearing a green
interesting
shirt. The
decision.
Elks wear green. The Elks wear green.
That's true. It's more of an Elks green.
Our off-topic topic for William Huff. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service, combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best it can be, is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website, williamhuff.com. Give them a shout, 780-454-4536. So here's the question. Ryder, what do they call themselves? Ryder Nation?
Ryderville?
Ryderville. Melonheads.
Melonheads, yeah. Pill country.
Pill country.
Vitamin P.
You all know one. Maybe you are one. Well, I'm sure we have Ryder fans listening to this show, but you can't really escape Ryder fans. So how do you deal with the Ryder fan in your life? That's the off-topic topic. We're assuming you're an Elks fan or a fan of another CFL team. And you got that Ryder fan in your life. And man, they love the Riders. And man, they want to talk about the Riders. And man, this year they want to gloat a lot because they're 10-3. How do you deal with it? Do you troll them? Do you argue with them? Do you ignore them? Do you try to just be logical and talk football with them? That's what we want to know.
Can I have a confession.
Sure.
I don't know a single Riders fan.
Yes, you do.
Who?
Lieutenant Eric.
But Eric's not in your face about it. He's actually quite reserved.
Yeah, but he's pretty intense, though.
I will say this, though. Credit to Riders fans. They have every bit of merchandise. From the head to the toe, it is covered in something Riders. It's impressive, actually.
They are impressive. I do admire them, even though I bug them all the time.
They are a wonderful creature that walk amongst us.
Well, wasn't there, I don't know if it is this way anymore, but several years ago, I think the Riders had the 3rd best-selling sports merchandise in Canada after the Montreal Canadiens and the Toronto Maple Leafs. I don't know if that would still be the case. I think the Oilers have probably shot up. But they are a unique group of people. And now maybe this is just a Reid question because I lived in Lloydminster and I knew quite a few.
Yeah.
And sometimes, they wouldn't stop. Be like, okay, your team won a game. Congratulations. I don't need to be yelled at or insulted. I didn't play on the team that the Riders beat.
Yeah.
But so how do you deal with the Ryder fan in your life? I'm going to tell you something right now, Jay.
Go on.
I'm going to tell you something right now.
Go on, Reid.
Let's say I fell in love. Unlikely, but go down fantasy lane.
it.
Let's say I fell in love.
Mrs. Wilkins.
And there was going to be a Mrs. Wilkins. And I've told you this is it, Jay. I'm actually in love. Someone's broken my steely heart, and this is a wonderful lady.
I'd like her name to be Virginia.
And it's Virginia.
Yes.
All right? And then one day I come into work and I say, Jay, it's over between me and Virginia.
Oh, no.
And you're like, Reid, it sounded perfect. Like you've never seemed unhappy or said anything negative. You've been so filled with joy. Your heart's been pounding.
You've been floating
Your heart's
3
been
inches.
pounding like a drum.
Yes. I thought it was love.
And I would say, Jay, she cheers for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. That's a deal breaker for me.
No.
I couldn't put up with that.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Couldn't put up with it.
That would be a no go for you.
That'd be a no-go for me.
That would be a major rift.
That would be an issue.
Yeah.
That would be an issue. Because I couldn't fake happiness. Like if the Riders won the Grey Cup and Virginia's parading around the house, with a Pilsner Grey Cup over her head. I couldn't do it.
It's not like Virginia is just a half fan. Like she's from Kindersley, Saskatchewan.
Yeah, she's from Kindersley.
And she breathes green. I mean, Christmas ornaments, everything.
Yeah.
Pilsner face masks.
Yeah.
Everything.
Lingerie.
Oh.
That's what would do it. She's like, Reid, I'm going to slip into something a little special tonight. Why don't you wait for me in the other room?
That's it!
Yeah, then she comes in the Riders lingerie, and I'm like, I'm gone.
Hit the bricks, baby.
I'm calling Jay. Jay, I need a ride home.
What did she do to you?
So maybe that's the subtext. How do you deal with a Rider fan in your life? And if you're not a Rider fan, would you marry a Rider fan?
Yeah, that's a good
That'll
one.
be the secondary question. All right, 780-218-9999, the River Cree Resort Casino inbox. And you can post in the Nasty Chat on YouTube as well. Hey, Luke Gazdic is back for another hockey season. He's going to join us in about 20 minutes. Benny's blind rankings. Oh, my. I think it's golf related. Here comes the Coop.
The Oilers hit the ice at Rogers Place, hosting the Jets for a 7 o'clock puck drop. Calvin Picker gets a start with Andrew Mangiapane. Adam Henrique and Matt Savoy filling out the first line. In Elks news, Jared Brinkman, Nick Anderson have been ruled out for tomorrow's game against Saskatchewan. Kickoff for that one tomorrow at 5. And 2 games out the slate tonight. Davis Alexander returning for the Alouettes to battle the Stampeders. And Nick Arbuckle and the Argos play the Lions. NFL injury updates. Brock Purdy is back for the Niners this week. They face the Jags on Sunday. San Francisco listing Juwan Jennings with a shoulder and ankle injury, and Ricky Pearsall as questionable for that game. Nico Collins for Houston is off the injured report. He's ready for action this week. Xavier Worthy is good to go for the Chiefs as they play the Ravens, and LA's Devontae Adams is questionable with a hamstring injury. His Rams take on the Colts this Sunday. In the majors, just 3 games left for the Jays in their regular season. They open up a series with the Rays today. Shane Bieber, the starter for Toronto, first pitch at 5:07, and the Jays and Yankees are tied for top spot in the AL East. New York and Baltimore matching up tonight. This sports update is brought to you by Advantage Sports Medicine. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists, and you're stuck with a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best in the game. Call them at 780-460-9977 or visit their website at advantagesportmed.ca to book an appointment today. Ben Thompson and his Benny's blind rankings up next. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
2 guys and a goalie.
The thought I had this morning is, what if he is making this we'll call it a political decision to have eyes on him, not falling on a sword, but carrying a shield, as it were. Because if everyone's asking questions about him, guess what they're not asking about? Guess who hasn't been swamped with stuff heading into the season? Stuart Skinner, Darnell Nurse, Evan Bouchard.
2 guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
We have what you're looking for. GD Liquidators is Edmonton's one-stop shop for new and used warehouse, office, and industrial items since 1987. You'll find what you want when you want it. Give us a call, visit us in-store, or check out the monthly auctions at gdliquidators.com. 100% Canadian-owned and operated. We have what you are looking for. GD Liquidators.
Win big this NFL season at the Canadian Brewhouse presented by Bud Light. You could win a trip to Super Bowl 60, plus prizes like smokers, Bud Light coolers, and a trip to an NFL home opener next season. Enjoy $1 off Bud Light and Budweiser tankers. Details at thecanadianbrewhouse.com.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
The leaves are turning, and just like golf season, time is running out to get in on Play Alberta's biggest offer ever. For a limited time only, new players can get up to a $1,000 casino bonus when they sign up. There's never been a better time to join the fun. Visit playalberta.ca today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. Remember, if you gamble, please use your game sense.
Fall football in your living room just became the fan zone. Before you move in the giant screen, make space to cheer on your favorite team with Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca.
Must you click? Click. Must you click?
All right, there is the Thumb Click remix that's put together by Zachary Kubish. Click that thumbs up button if you're watching on YouTube. If you already have, share the show link with others and say, check out these guys. They're having fun. Time for the afternoon headlines presented by 100.3 The Bear, Edmonton's best rock. Stream them on iHeart today.
This is Chet Palmer with your sports report. Well, the season has gone to the dogs for Barkov. The Cats captain has used up one of his 9 lives with that nibbly-noobly knee. Say hello to the surgeon, Big Bark. Hey, take one step forward if you're excited for the Oilers game tonight. That's what I thought. It's another preseason snoozer, this time against the Jets. Hey, Nobby, either brew me a cup of joe or set my alarm for the 8th of October. Speaking of a jolt, what a start for the boys from the other side of the pond at the Ryder Cup. Looks like the Americans are seeing stars and feeling striped after the Euros took 3 of the first 4 points. Hey, Uncle Sam, can Tiger and Jack still play? I'm Chet Palmer.
All right, got the sports update in there.
Way to go, Chet
Palmer.
Taking I don't know if that was nice. I hope taking those shots at Barkov like that.
Yeah, that is. I hope when Reid types that out in the bullpen, he smiles as he types that out. That's my favorite part.
That's not. No, he's grumpy all the time.
Yeah, he's always grumpy, but that brightens his day. So
he's got a nibbly knee.
What's the connection with him and Barkov? It sounded personal.
Yeah, I don't know. Just
what do you mean it sounded personal?
Yeah,
I think Chet's just presenting the news.
I don't know. It seemed like I don't know. It just seemed a little bit too.
Well, why would an
attached.
Edmonton-based Chet Palmer be all torn up about Barkov?
Maybe he's had run-ins and dealings with his family in the past or something.
I don't know. It's hard to say.
It was. You know what? It was refreshing to hear Chet with a little bit of a dagger.
Yeah,
he's got a little bit of spice to him.
And maybe Chet's got a real anger issue. Maybe
do we know his history?
Yeah, like should we do a background check on Chet? He could have severe anger issues, and we don't know
with the mob.
Jail.
Could be with the Ukrainian mafia.
Very much so.
All right, Ben Thompson is here, our newest employee here at Edmonton Sports Talk. Ben, how are you?
I'm great, Reid. How are you?
Good. What are we going to do?
The usual Benny's blind rankings.
Benny's blind rankings. Tell people how these work.
So I got a category, and anything that falls into this category is I have a list, and they don't know what's coming next. So I'm gonna give I don't know how to say it other than like one piece of the category, or like I don't know, think of the word for it, but they don't know what's coming next. They're gonna rank the category, and that is PGA Tour players' earnings all time.
PGA Tour all-time earnings.
All-time
going
earnings.
back to the start of the PGA Tour, whatever that was.
Is this pros, or does it also include amateurs?
Well, they don't win money. That's why they're amateurs. You just like saying that.
I have to try whenever I can.
Okay, and what is the range you're taking these players out of?
There was we were in the 400s. I saw. I'll tell you now. They're
all time, lifelong, like in our life.
This is interesting. This is interesting.
I'll tell you right now. The lowest person I have is 132nd.
Oh wow. Okay.
PGA, not live.
Just PGA Tour earnings.
No live.
Okay. This will be interesting. This will be really interesting.
I'm screwed
because no, you aren't. It's just.
He's just gonna fire.
Doing it blind.
He's gonna fire a dart.
But usually
the dartboard.
But usually he's taken, like last week when we did the dogs, he took the top 30 dogs. So this time it's between 1 and 132. He's going to give us 5 guys all time for earnings.
Okay.
This is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Staring at the face of a bunker. I just love listening. That's Padraig Harrington, right?
Was that who's doing that commentary?
I love his Irish accent.
Yeah, he's good.
Okay.
Staring at the face of a bunker.
I'll lead you off with Keegan Bradley.
Keegan Bradley
is the first one.
Yes.
See, to me, this screams middle of the pack.
Yeah, same here. Now, the newer golfers will have won more money. The more recent golfers will have won more money because the purses keep going up. So I'm going to put Keegan. I think he's won one major. Did he not win either a PGA or a U.S. Open? But he's been a pretty good player. I'm going to put Keegan Bradley 3.
Yeah, this just, I don't know. I know that he's not a mega star, superstar, but he's been around long enough.
He's won over $50 million.
Probably.
Yeah.
Like he's been around long enough.
Yeah.
I can't stand watching him golf.
Why?
He's just so twitchy.
Oh.
He has to address the ball 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with him at 3 too. Sorry, Reid. I don't mean to copy.
3.
No, that's fine.
Yeah,
but we'll both do 3 for Keegan Bradley.
Okay. Phil Mickelson.
Well, he's won a lot of money, so it just depends who else you have on this list. So I'm going to put Phil Mickelson number 2. I'm going to gamble that you're putting someone higher and that there might be someone even younger because the purses have even gone up since Phil was in his prime. He did get a pretty big purse winning the 20 or 21 PGA when he was 50. That would have been a lot of money.
Well,
I'm going to put him 2.
By virtue of Keegan Bradley being 3, there's no way, at least in my thought process, that Phil is less than him.
Except, the only thing is if the purses have increased so much over the years that Phil isn't as high as we think.
Yeah, but him and Keegan are pretty close in age, I would think.
But no, I think Phil would be considerably older.
That's Keegan Bradley.
Phil.
I'm going to go with Phil at 2 as
but
well.
I'm still going to put him at 2 because when Phil was doing well, he was in the top 10 a lot, so that money adds up.
Okay.
But he may be being duped by young Benny.
I don't know.
Maybe setting us up for a fall.
Always.
Adam Scott.
Gosh.
Well, he's won a lot of money too. He won the Masters. He's good. He's older. Oh, he might be ahead of Bradley. Now I regret everything.
Well, I have to put him 1.
Actually, I'm not going to put him.
Screwed.
I'm not going to put him 1. I'm going to gamble. I'm going to gamble here. And I'm going to...
You don't think Adam Scott's made more than Phil Mickelson?
He I don't know. I'm going to put Adam Scott 5. I'm trying to think how Benny thinks now.
Good luck.
Yeah. Welcome.
That's all.
Welcome to the Twilight Zone.
Tom and Elsie don't have opinions anymore with hockey. It's just, can they read me?
Benny's been sitting with us in the bullpen trying to, do stuff on
He's tormenting us.
Instagram or whatever you call it, and it's been a task.
Yeah.
Trying to get a straight answer out of you.
I'm going to put Adam Scott 5. I'm going to gamble that Adam Scott's a little older than some of the other guys, and he's been surpassed.
So same list for you guys all the way until Adam Scott, and we got 1 and 5. That's that's funny. All right, good. Okay. Jason Day.
There we go. 4.
He's won a lot of money.
He has won a lot of money. I don't know.
I wonder if we both have Phil too high.
We very well could, Reid, or we could have Keegan Bradley way too high.
Oh, yeah.
I think Jason Day's made more than Keegan Bradley. But I'm pigeonholed.
But Bradley's
I have to put him at 4.
Day has won. Did he not win a PGA? I think he only has 1 major.
Jason Day. See, here's the thing with Jason Day. He came on for a few years. His rise was as fast as his fall. He's no longer really that relevant. He's in the tournaments, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna. You know what? Reid was bold. I'm gonna be bold too. I'm gonna put Jason Day at 5.
I'm putting him at 4. So how old is Jason Day now? 37.
I'm putting Jason Day down the list. He had a few good years.
Yeah, I'm okay with him at 4, I think. But,
Yeah,
but
I'm
he's
okay
probably
with him at 5.
He's probably earned less than Adam Scott. All right. Who's my number 1?
Who's my number 4?
Vaughn Taylor.
Oh, Reid, you're screwed.
I am totally.
That's the 132nd guy.
I am. I forgot about that. Is it VONN?
No, it's
VAUGHN.
It is. Isn't there a Vaughn that's VA?
Von Miller.
Von Miller
Used to play football.
What about Lindsey Vaughn?
Well, he still plays football.
Yeah.
Lindsey Vaughn.
How do you spell hers?
VONN.
Didn't Tiger and her date?
I don't know. Isn't she
Lindsey
dating
Vaughn?
PK Subban?
She did.
I'll text
She did.
Tiger and say,
Yeah.
Just check with Tiger.
Hey, Tig, what's up? Just mid-show here. Wondering, hope you're having a good day. Watching Ryder Cup. Tough day for US, LOL. Anyway, I'll text him later.
Don't you call him Eld?
Yeah, I call him Eldrick.
Yeah.
Full name. Well, my list is a disaster.
Mine's blowing
my
up
list
too.
is an absolute disaster.
Except I've got Jason Day and Vaughn Taylor closer to the bottom.
Okay.
I wonder if I honestly wonder if Bradley's number 1. He's tormenting us.
Keegan Bradley?
Yes.
There's no way.
The recent guys won more than the older guys.
I don't know. Let's hear him.
All right.
Who's 5?
132nd ranked Vaughn Taylor.
Yeah. I'm sad now.
Number 4. Number 17 is Keegan Bradley.
So you went all the way from 132. Why didn't you take them all out of the top 30? You're just twisting the knife in our backs now. Who's 4?
Keegan Bradley.
Keegan Bradley. 17.
Okay, so we were okay there, Jay.
Then it's Jason Day.
It is Jason Day at 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Adam Scott 10.
Phil is number 1.
Phil Mickelson 4.
Benny wins.
Okay, Adam Scott's what number?
10.
So who are the top 3?
Well, let's figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would be Tiger.
Tiger's got to be up there, Reid.
But he hasn't been playing.
Who cares? He won
He won a lot of money.
Tiger's won one all day.
Tiger's won.
He is one?
Yeah.
120 million. 1,000 off 121 million.
Tiger, would you put Rory?
Is Rory up there?
Rory's 2.
Rory.
Is Sergio up there?
No.
Would Scotty Scheffler already be up there?
Yeah, I'm wondering about that. Or Koepka.
Scheffler's 3.
There you go.
Scheffler's already 3. Holy crap.
Yeah, look at that. We did
that's the worst one I've ever had.
That was painful.
I didn't get anybody in the right spot. And I wasn't
Take
overly
my
close.
tour card back.
Yeah, we're going on the Farmingdale tour. No, that's where the
Mackenzie Hughes.
we're going on the Mackenzie. No, that's a golfer.
I don't know. It sounds like an old. It sounds
We're going
like
to Q school.
Not
What's
even that.
What's the AAA tour called for the PGA now? I totally am blanking on it.
Corn Ferry?
Corn Ferry.
Is that still what it is? And the Canadian tour is called the. Oh God, we've talked about it. This is horrific. We can't remember. What's the Canadian tour called?
I don't know.
I can tell you.
Mackenzie Hughes is a golfer.
I thought it was the Mackenzie something. PGA.
What's PGA?
PGA Tour Americas?
No, that's the I think Central America.
Mackenzie Tour.
It's the Mackenzie Tour, not the Mackenzie Hughes Tour. Right.
The Mackenzie Tour.
All right.
Ugh. That's the Mackenzie Tour.
We did awful, but that's okay.
It's all right.
What's happening anymore at the Ryder Cup? Rose and Fleetwood are 1 up through 17, and then the other matches all square through 15. So it's going to be a pretty good day for the Europeans. Very likely. All right, Ben, great job. What's happening tomorrow on EST?
Hello Hockey. Season 4 kicks off tomorrow, 10 a.m. Myself, Tom, Belsey, running it back for season 4. So, it's been a lot of preparing the past couple of days for the show. We'll have some fun again for another great season of Hello Hockey. It'll be a lot of fun.
Any big guests lined up tomorrow that you know of?
We've swung and missed on a couple of guys. We're currently talking to one of the fan favorites last year right now. We'll see if we land him tonight. I can't confirm anything yet, but we should have something good.
That's
tomorrow.
a big teaser. All right,
good take.
Yeah.
Thanks for all your hard work, buddy.
Thanks for having me, guys.
It's Ben Thompson, Benny's Blind Rankings. Luke Gazdic when we get back. Coob, you go now.
Calvin Picker gets a nod in goal for the Oilers as they face the Jets tonight. Puck drop goes at 7. Adam Henrique centering the first line with Matt Savoy and Andrew Mangiapane on his wing. For the Elks, Jared Brinkman, Nick Anderson will miss tomorrow's game at home against the Riders due to injury in Week 17 kicks off tonight. Toronto welcomes back Nick Arbuckle to take on BC. He's missed last week's game with a calf injury. In Calgary, Montreal opened the night at 5. Davis Alexander behind center for the Owls. Down south, Juwan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall are questionable for the Niners, with Brock Purdy back for San Francisco this week. Elsewhere, LA's Devontae Adams is questionable with a hamstring injury as the Rams face the Colts. MLB action, Toronto and Tampa open up a 3-game series. They're in action at 5:07. Shane Bieber on the mound for the Bluebirds. Luke Gazdic up next here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The Oil Stream.
Another interesting tidbit from Coach Chris Knobloch. He wants to see Nuge more at center. Do you like that?
I don't mind it. I think that could still change too. I'll add Henrique was on the wing yesterday. We could see those guys shuffle around, but he mentioned Frederick as well, his ability to play center. And
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Running your own small business takes courage, and as it grows, so does your team. That's why Alberta Blue Cross offers health, dental, life, disability, and wellness benefits designed for small businesses, because we know a healthy team means a thriving business. Join over 5,000 Alberta businesses who have chosen us to help their business grow and succeed. Alberta Blue Cross takes care of you and your employees, so you can take care of your business. Visit ab.bluecross.ca to find a plan that's right for you.
Indigenous Celebration returns. Your Edmonton Elks face the Saskatchewan Roughriders Saturday, September 27th. Enjoy Indigenous dance and drum halftime performances, the pregame Makers Market, and the unveiling of our brand new Indigenous gear. Indigenous Celebration is back. Presented by No Frills, 5 p.m. September 27th. Elks, Riders, wear the right shade of green. Tickets start at just $20. Score yours now at goelks.com.
Gallo LLP is an Alberta-based accounting firm with expert chartered professional accountants in both our Edmonton and Sherwood Park accounting firms. Our experienced and innovative accountants provide financial advice that saves our clients money. Simply put, we help our clients protect their assets and grow their businesses. At Gallo LLP, they go beyond the numbers to ensure the continued success of your business. Reach out to Preet or John to discuss how they can help your business grow. Visit gallollp.ca today and see how they can help you take your business to the next level.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know. Hope you're having a great Friday afternoon. Oilers preseason game tonight. Elks game tomorrow. What are you doing Sunday, by the way?
Yeah, Maddie and I are going to be over at Jasper Place Bowl as the Edmonton Huskies host the Calgary Colts in some PFC action. So the game is at 1. So Maddie and I are going to be doing a pregame 1-hour show from 12 to 1.
Right.
And we're going to have actually later on Huskies head coach Marshall Klene.
Oh, awesome.
To set the table for that game. But as a reminder, once again, the weather's going to be beautiful. Come down, say hi to Maddie and I. Go to edmontonhuskies.com, click on purchase tickets, use promo code EST, and you'll get 50% off your tickets, even if it's a single. You just want to come check it out. You don't have to buy 2 or 4 or multiples. You can buy a single, use promo code EST, and get 50% off your tickets.
All right. Yes, we are fully into the autumnal stretch of the sporting calendar. And with hockey around the corner, we are pleased to confirm that this gentleman will be back for another year of hockey analysis and good conversation on Edmonton Sports Talk. Former Edmonton Oiler, now with Sportsnet. It is Luke Gazdic checking in. Hello, Luke. How are you doing?
What's going on, boys? Thanks for the intro.
He's got the glue crew shirt. He's got the glue crew shirt. Yes. He was on the hangout when I was off work.
Yes.
And he was like, "Where are you? You clown. I'm here." And I'm like, "I'm off work." And he's like, "Don't ever talk to me again.
Don't talk to me."
I didn't quite say that.
It wasn't quite those words, but I come there once a year, and Reid is on vacation.
Just doing nothing.
Yeah. Nowhere to be found.
Nowhere to be found. Hanging out, doing whatever. What was? Is there a highlight of your? I don't know if you went to Dreisaitl's wedding or what. Like, what's the highlight of your summer?
No, unfortunately, I didn't make the cut for a couple of those weddings. I mean, you guys know me. Like, it hasn't been an easy Jays season the last couple months, but the fact that they clinched a playoff spot here, it's been electric in the city. I haven't been to a live Blue Jays playoff game ever. I don't know if you can believe that. Like, I'm a massive fan, but in 15-16, we were on the road when we saw them. They were in Texas. I saw them for games 1 and 2 in Texas. So this is going to be cool to watch some home playoff baseball here for me. I'm super excited about that. So I'll say that's my favorite, man. It's been a blast being around the city. And I mean, I think Toronto gets a bad rap from everywhere else in the country other than Toronto. But I will say that when a sports team is playing well here, the city really, everyone attaches themselves to it. And it's been awesome.
Yeah, I feel like when I watch a Blue Jays game or see highlights, it's either like 5,000 fans or 50,000. There's no in between. It's either like nobody's there or it's packed.
They've done a great job with the ballpark, man. They had a renos the last couple of years. It's great in there. You're right. Didn't start off with that many, but it's rammed in there these days. So excited for the next little bit here.
All right. I can tell you what, Luke, we're so happy to have you. We made you our Fired Up featured guest today. Fired Up for Gemco Fireplaces, proudly serving Edmonton and area for 45 years. The authorized dealer for Napoleon Fireplaces. Whether it's gas or wood burning, look no further than Canadian-made Napoleon Fireplaces. All the Napoleon products you need are available at Gemco, 9281 50th Street. Okay, I gotta throw this one at you. This is just popped into my head, so sorry for not giving you time to prep on this one. Jay's going to the Edmonton Huskies, so that's junior football.
Okay.
Now, I know, like, when you were a teenager, you're trying to make the NHL and you're playing major junior, but like, would you go to high school events? Like, would you support your high school football team? Were you on the team? Did you have buddies on the team?
Great question. So before I left for junior, that's probably something I did more at my home high school here in Toronto, at St. Mike's. But when we went to go play in junior, I went to a U.S. high school, and whenever we could, we would go to the games on Friday nights because they were unreal. Erie, PA, little small town, but they had 2 teams there that play every now and then, and we're talking 10, 12,000 on Friday nights. But junior hockey too, where you usually playing. We didn't exactly get along with the football guys very well. I'll say that. Us junior hockey players, Canadian junior hockey players in the high school, and the football guys wearing Letterman jackets. I don't always think that was the best relationship at the time, but we did try to support them.
Okay. Sounds like some more great stories for down the road, perhaps. Hockey tonight, I have to admit, Luke, perhaps showing my age and perhaps showing that I've been lucky enough to cover a team that's gone to the playoffs or gone to the Cup final 2 years in a row and has become a perennial playoff team. I've been struggling with the preseason games, but then I get this text from Luke this morning. I know it went off while I was covering the Elks newser. And then I get in my car when I'm leaving. I'm like, I got like several paragraphs from Luke Gazdic about how excited he is about tonight's lineup, which, to remind everybody, does not include McDavid, does not include Draisaitl, does not include Nugent-Hopkins, and does not include Bouchard, and does not include Ekholm. What are you looking at tonight? What are you encouraging fans in the rink to look at tonight?
Well, I have this from 2 perspectives because I went through this, right, for 11 years. I went to 5 different NHL teams training camps. So I kind of know the inner workings of how a camp works from day one, who gets invited, who's getting looks. I was dying the other day. I don't know what team it was. It might have been Rick Tocchet in Philly. He said something like, they always have the lineups like tonight. I'll get into that. But the lines where he's like, don't ever read or look into the lines that they put out there. And I'm like, that is the biggest bold-faced lie I've ever seen. Like, they're testing out every single combination that they want to have. Everything is calculated. It's so methodical. There is nothing by coincidence in training camp. None of these lines are just like, let's just put so-and-so with so-and-so. It's like, no, these are very carefully curated decisions. And like, there's a lot of politics that goes into it. But if you're a hockey fan, the preseason right now is unreal. And I understand that like there's no superstars every game running around, but you have a bunch of guys that are fighting tooth and nail for roster spots. They're going 110 miles an hour. Yeah, the hockey is a little sloppier. The pace probably isn't up to regular season, but you have a bunch of guys that are trying their hearts out. It's more physical. Guys are taking absolute runs at each other, and it doesn't matter if you're a rookie or a 10-year vet. These kids are trying to get jobs. There's way more fights. There's guys that are literally dropping their gloves trying to fight for roster spots. And I don't know. The more I've been watching it along, I obviously have a greater focus on the Canadian teams, but the Canadian games have been great. The Leaf exhibition games have been great. I mean, the last, obviously, Oiler game, I wrote down the pace wasn't great, but I don't know. You still have guys like fighting for it. And then I look at the lineup tonight, and that's why I texted you, like guys that you want to see. You know, it's not you don't want to see Connor or Leon or, any vets in their lineup, but you have guys like Mangiapane, Savoy, both playing top line. That's not probably where they're going to play, at least to start the year. They're going to get a ton of minutes. They're going to get a ton of power play minutes. Howard again, second line. You're going to get to see guys that you want to see play a lot of minutes in roles that maybe they're not going to get to play down the line here. Like this is a big game for a lot of guys. I look at Savoy, I look at Howard. This is a huge game for them at a spot in camp where you're trying to make your mark, and you're not only trying to make a hockey team, but they want to be in probably the top upper half of the lineup. So I think it's a huge game for those guys. And I just think like fans of the team and people I'm not saying people covering the team, obviously you guys do, but these are interesting games to watch. No stars. It's the kids that are trying to make the team that are going to be, swinging the bats tonight.
All right, so yes, okay, I'm a miserable old fart, Jay. Thanks. So you got a gesture at me like, "Well, see, Reid, you're never happy. Luke's happy. What's wrong with you?" Okay, I get it. Ike Howard.
I also love, like, dude, you know me. Like, I love hockey and I love watching storylines develop. Like Howard. I'll just say this about Howard before. I think to watch Howard from day one of camp till the very end of camp is a very cool storyline for me. Like, how is he going to come in? I didn't know anything about this guy. I've seen some NCAA highlights, but we're going to get to see him try to make a hockey team, try to make one of the best teams in the NHL. And to me, that is super interesting that when we start the season, if he's one of the guys on the 23, like, there you go. You have a storyline right there.
Okay, so that one-timer he scored against the Jets, that was the Tuesday game. How, like, does that tantalize the coaches? Like, does that undo, I'm not saying he's bad, but does that offset, oh man, he's still got some stuff to learn in the other ends of the ice? Like, is that enough to really significantly lift him in the coach's eyes that he actually finished a chance like that?
I think it turns your head, man. I wrote down elite shot. Like, that is an NHL shot from the offside to elevate that to, like, not just strength, but leaning into it. The very first note I had for Howard was from early. I don't even know if it was split squad game. I just wrote, no, it was definitely Winnipeg. I just wrote struggling with pace and execution early. Like, he just looked like he needed to look at the pace, but his feet are starting to go. He can shoot the biscuit. He's grittier than I thought. I know this is like a very small sample size, but even in the 3 games that he's played, he's gotten better with the pace. And that's encouraging, right? I think that's one of the biggest things that guys struggle with is just the speed of the game right away. It doesn't matter if it's preseason. It's much faster than he's used to playing. So it's nice to see that his feet are up to speed and the kid can rip the biscuit.
You brought up somebody to me as well on the back end that is sort of a forgotten guy. I think the Oilers have a very good top 5, maybe the best they've gone into a season with in a long time. Bouchard, Ekholm, Nurse, Wallman, Kulak. Stetcher and Emberson are seen to be fighting for 6-7 with this Atro Lepinen thrown into the mix now as maybe someone to keep an eye on. But you texted me about Josh Brown, who we hardly saw. Then he got into that first playoff game, and then we didn't really see him again. Well, what are you thinking here with Josh Brown?
I'll pretty much tell you what I texted you earlier today was this guy should be on the ice before and after practices with development coaches, D coaches every single day. This guy should be getting puck touch reps in every single day. I don't know if he is. Should probably check into that. But I would love to hear stories out of camp that he's on the ice half an hour after practice, working on getting the puck out of his own zone, working on handling the puck, working on seeing the puck a little better, seeing the play a little better, because I think that their decor and their team would look completely different if he is a big part of the D. And I don't know if that's going to happen. Maybe it's not going to happen, but they don't have someone that's 6'5" that'll beat the wheels off 90% of the NHL and can provide a little bit of intimidating force back there. They lost Pears. They lost Kane. Who's the other? Who played with a little more jam too that we're missing? We're missing someone else. They don't have a ton of jam on their team. Like, they don't have a ton of pushback. It's probably my only criticism for the squad is that there's not a ton of toughness. And I just think if you add someone like that in there, you guys know this, and I think you would be even surprised too at the attitudes that would be different coming into the building. Not only are they going to try to skate all the way around you, but if you do anything, 44 on the back end is going to absolutely destroy you.
Yeah.
And his puck skills need to get better. His feet need to get better. So all I was saying to you is that I really hope, and I'm not sure if he is, so I don't want to take anything away from him, but I just hope someone's taken a liking to him and he's out there working on his skills every day.
Yeah, that's interesting. I get what you're saying. I mean, certainly with Perry, they're losing that physicality, and Kane when he was healthy, which he finally got back to the playoffs last year. I also think though, and I've broken down the numbers with Jay a couple times in the offseason, there's like a 58-59 goal deficit from last year. I mean, say what you want about Arvidsson and Skinner, they combined for 31 goals. Perry's 19 is gone. So somebody who didn't score, Howard or Savoy, maybe Tomasek, are going to have to score. And then you're hoping Mangiapane gets 15 to 20 and Frederick gets 15 to 20. So actually, this is one of the few times I've gone into an Oilers season saying, where are the goals going to come from? After, of course, the obvious couple of guys.
Yeah, I think you're getting 20 or 30 more from 97. I think he wins the Rocket this year, honestly. I think he scores 67 goals this year. I'm not even kidding you. This is going to be a historic season from 97. I truly believe it. With the contract stuff and everything, I just think he's going for it. And listen, like this Barkov stuff, you hate to see a guy go down, but changes the game a bit, right? Kachuk's already out. I just think it's a really big year for him up top. I think Mangiapane's a perfect one. I think him and Frederick, you got to hope for 10 to 15. Like, you want them both in double digits. That's why you brought Mange over here. I think he can do it. Those are the two guys for sure. Even how, like, you can throw Howard in there. I just don't know. I could see him get it. It's so early, but I could see him getting American League time. You just never know. They might try him out just to get some pro games and get some more minutes if he's not going to be a top 6 player. But like two guys, Frederick and Mangiapane, those are guarantees to be here, and two guys that guarantee need to have probably double-digit goals to fill that in. But I think, top of the lineup's top of the lineup. I think Leon scores again, and Connor's coming out flying.
That's amazing. 67. And we discussed that. Maybe Connor makes up a lot of that goal deficit himself, which will be fun to see. What do you make of all this contract stuff? No extension. I mean, he keeps talking about it when people want to interview him. Are you concerned? Do you think he's just so thoughtful? He's just waiting? Like, what do you think?
You know what? I know a bit. I don't know a ton. I'll be honest with you there. It's pretty clear to see what he's doing, though. He's in a position of power. I just don't think there's no rush for him. I look at other situations around the league. Like, you're not hearing stories every week coming out of Vegas. Eichel's up, Panarin's up. Now you're hearing more Kaprizov, but there is a long list of guys, and you can bet, that they are staring at each other. It's like the Spider-Man meme, like, who's going to go first, because the second one goes, it's like, what's Jack? I don't know. I could get into this forever, but Jack's looking at Connors, and Kaprizov's looking at Connors, and I think Connor wants to set a bar for the league. He's very, very player forward. He wants to get salaries up. I know the Oilers can't probably afford to pay him 20 sheets or whatever he's probably worth on the market. I just think it's probably one of the more complicated contracts that's going to, going to have to be signed here in maybe ever, honestly, maybe ever. So I think there's a lot that goes into it. He's in a position of power and he's in no rush. And like, you guys know this, he's not going anywhere. I say that openly. I don't say I don't think he's going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. That's all I really know. So depending on what happens this year, but I think he's just waiting. Guys don't like contract stuff anyway. Guys don't want to deal with this stuff anyway. So I think he's just trying to be natural, but what do I know,
That's awesome though. That's interesting. You put that forward with such confidence that this isn't about him deciding whether or not he wants to be an Oiler or live in Edmonton. This is more like, why should I make life easier for guys I might have to beat their brains out in the playoffs? Why should I why should I reduce their stress?
I just don't think he's in any rush. And I look at the UFA crop and I think it's a decision that, involves a lot more than just what it looks at the surface. But I think that's a great way to put it, Reid, that I don't think this is a decision if he's staying or leaving. This is just a decision of how are we going to make this work and how are we going to get some other player salaries up in the meantime.
The savior we didn't know we needed on a Friday afternoon. Hey, I mean, that is going to make and put everybody's hearts and minds at ease, Luke. So thank you for sending everybody off to the weekend with that report. Holy.
Yeah, truly a glue guy. He's truly a member of the glue crew.
Wow.
Enjoy it. Fire up those Napoleon grills and enjoy the weekend.
There it is. All right. I think we're doing the same thing as last year. You're going to be on this show one week and the Nielsen show the other weeks. We kind of stole one here during the preseason, which is pretty cool.
I don't think Dusty even wants me on till the regular season. You're like, let's start now.
I'd have you on all year, every week, quite frankly. But
no, if you guys are cool with that, I'm cool too, man. I had a great time last year switching back and forth. So looking forward to another big year here, boys.
Okay, enjoy your Friday night. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the Blue Jays. Thanks so much for hopping on. We'll talk to you soon, my friend.
Yes, thank you, boys. Go Jays.
Sportsnet's Luke Gazdic, former Edmonton Oiler, former NHLer, joining us. He's ready to go. He's looking at this. He's looking at it in 4D. How many times has anybody on this show, us or otherwise, mentioned Josh Brown? And he's got a whole worldview of Josh Brown.
Fantastic. His breakdown of who to watch and the rise of Ike Howard throughout training camp, and that this game, even though it is what Mangiapane and Savoy and Henrique are really capping it, I guess, Janmark, but it's not a star-studded lineup.
No, but can those guys create offense?
Exactly.
I mean, they're the top six tonight.
Well, this is like a tryout amongst the bottom six, essentially, and especially at that center position. There's a lot of challengers going on, happening there. So there is stories within this game for sure. Just not the name brand recognition that a lot of Oilers fans would like to see.
The Oilers have put the following players on waivers to be assigned to Bakersfield. I shall read their names in alphabetical order. Hamblin, James. That is all. However, these players are going straight to Bakersfield. Connor Clattenburg, Jaden Gruby, Matvey Petrov, James Steffen, Brady Stonehouse, Bo Akey, goalie Nathaniel Day, and then these guys are all going to Bakersfield. It's just different ways they got to get them there through the contracts. Released and reporting to Bakersfield, Matt Capone, Seth Griffith, Rem Pitlick, Rhett Pitlick, Mason Millman, and Luke Prokop. So the Oilers decreasing the size of the roster by 14 players?
Which was to be expected.
Yeah, we knew that was coming. Game tonight at 7. We'll look at some other Oilers-related storylines as we move through the course of the afternoon. We got Jay's Play of the Day coming up, along with Name the Animal. That's going to be a blast.
Woo.
Here's the 4 o'clock break.
The Lock Shop.
I get a kick out of this. I was out watching the football game last night. I Uber Eats'd the tendies.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, how were they?
Listen, they're ready for you, Dusty.
Good.
They're ready for you. I can tell they were elite. And
thanks for taste testing my tendies before I rolled in, buddy. That's good to know.
I just wanted to make sure that they were operational and they were up to the standard, and they were. So tonight, I'm sure.
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino.
Just wasting gas. Whoa, blurring them dotted lines, killing
Don't miss 3-time CCMA Performer of the Year, Dallas Smith, Unplugged, November 1st at the River Cree Resort and Casino. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement, bet on it.
Lobsterfest is back at the Canadian Brewhouse. Saturday, October 4th at 6 p.m. A pound and a half of fresh Atlantic lobster with all the fixins for just $49.99. Pair it with a stein of Alexander Keith. Details at thecanadianbrewhouse.com.
Weiss Johnson, whoa.
Hi, Dennis from Weiss Johnson here, and we're excited to be partnering up with the Nielsen Show and have a special deal exclusive for Nielsen Show listeners. Get 10% off any new Trane furnace, air conditioner, or heat pump installation from now until the end of October. Bundle a furnace with an AC or heat pump and get 25% off the package price. Get your home comfort now for all seasons with Weiss Johnson and Trane. Trane, it's hard to stop a train. Visit wjsportstalk.com today.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
The Oilers have reduced their training camp roster by 14 players. James Hamlin being placed on waivers for the purpose of assignment to the Bakersfield Condors, and also being loaned to Bakersfield, Connor Klattenberg, Matvey Petrov, and Bo Akey. The other players here have been released. Reporting to Bakersfield, Seth Griffiths, Remen Rhett Pitlick, and Luke Prokop. Tonight it's the Oilers and Jets facing off at 7 o'clock. CFL News Elks depth chart. Nick Anderson and Jared Brinkman missing tomorrow's game against the Riders, and 2 games dot the slate for Friday Night Football. Davis Alexander and the Owls meet the Stamps at 5. Argos and Lions kicking off at 8 o'clock. From the States, Xavier Worthy returns for the Chiefs. He's been sidelined with a shoulder injury suffered in Week 1. Kansas hosting Baltimore Sunday. Nico Collins is back for Houston off the injured list, while Chris Godwin and Baker Mayfield are both questionable for the Buccaneers. And out east, it's the Jays and Rays beginning a 3-game series just after 5. Shane Bieber to the bump, with Toronto fighting for first in the AL East and the title. The division, Yankees tied with them for top spot. They play the Orioles just after 5. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your Sports Update. Hour 2 of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
I just want to say this. Royston Shambo, enough with the straight arms. Enough. Okay? Enough. You're not impressing anybody anymore. Stop it. You're annoying. Okay?
That really bothers you.
Enough. Well, he's standing like he can't even golf.
He does look awkward.
He does look awkward. Get out with this.
Move on.
What's happening there?
Europe's up 5-2. Final hole. McElroy and Lowry taking on Burns and Cantlay.
That's a big hole.
Cantlay just duffed his into the bunker. Lowry put his on the green. So 2 more shots to come here, but you know they're tied right now. They're all square
so
on 18.
It could be a half point each.
Could be a half point, but we shall see. We shall see. We'll keep you updated.
Ryder Cup's fun to watch.
It's exciting.
I like match play golf.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, I like match play golf. And then you got all the singles matches on Sunday. It's pretty fun. Thanks for tuning in. Maybe you're on iHeartRadio. Maybe you're on TuneIn Radio. Thank you very much. Let other people know how they can consume Edmonton Sports Talk. YouTube, we got our own channel, Edmonton Sports Talk. Over 13,000 subscribers. We're not some piddly-diddly outfit here. We're not broadcasting out of a shed north of San Gudo. But now we have the capabilities to do that.
Nothing against Sangudo.
Watch we get an email on Monday. Hey guys, few remotes lined up for you. October 20th, you're going to be doing the show from a shed north of Sangudo for their high school fundraiser. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Sangudo's beautiful.
Yeah, it's great at this time of year.
The leaves
should really host the Ryder Cup there.
We should.
Is there a Sangudo golf course? I don't even know.
We'll make one.
It's a fun name to say.
Sangudo.
Yeah. Anyway, give us a thumbs up if you're taking us in on YouTube as well. We try to get to 100 likes every show. You can post in the nasty chat. You can text us at 780-218-9999. That is the afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino. Happy hour featuring $5 and 25-cent drinks available Sunday, 9 a.m. available Sunday to Thursday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Oh, you know what? This is a fun segment here, buddy.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
You can skip the flight to Vegas because jackpots are just a tap away. Experience all the thrills of the casino right from your phone with Play Alberta. Download the app today. Deposit $50 using the EST exclusive promo code EST Casino for a $50 casino bonus. Of course, Jay's Play of the Day presented by Play Alberta.
PlayAlberta.ca. Sports. EST specials. Elks. Money line. 195. That's it. That's Jay's Play of the Day.
You got the money line. So is that straight up or is that the point spread?
That is straight up money line.
You're taking the Elks straight up to beat them.
You're damn right I am.
All right.
Why not? Little.
Oh, yeah, might as well.
Look, this is a must win. Maybe a little bit extra motivation in the locker room. Been a tough week around the organization.
Yep.
And look, it was plus 165. I don't know how this got boosted 30 points, but it did, and it's up. So plus 195 is very good odds. Elks money line. That is Jay's Play of the Day. Do not forget to always use your game sense.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's Play of the Day. It's Jay's Play of the Day. Jay's Play of the Day.
You ever seen a set of shoulders that can move and shake like this?
Well, that's why you played Canada West football.
What was that? That was from The Wedding Singer. Lyle Lovett. You ever seen a set of hips that can move and shake?
How do you
like
remember
this?
all that? That's incredible.
Great movie.
Spency 5 Centsy in the Nasty Chat says, I have family with a farm north of Sangudo. I can see if they have a shed available, but it's probably full of chickens or cows.
Perfect.
Yes. Not bad. I love these guys. Oilers at 7, Elks at 5 tomorrow. So you and Awanak are on air at 4 tomorrow with the Green and Gold kickoff show.
Yes.
And then on after the game to break it down. I'll be going to the game with my mom and dad. Yeah, you think I'm not fond of Riders fans? You should see Louise Wilkins.
Ooh, baby.
She just sits there. I hate them.
Yes.
She'll just look out into space. I hate them.
Why don't you guys go get one of those, not the big watermelons, but just the little ones that you can sneak in a backpack and have Louise just sitting there nibbling.
She'd throw them at
on a watermelon.
She'd freeze them and throw them at Riders
spitting
fans.
her seed.
That's what she would do.
That would be awesome. I could see Louise Wilkins just sitting there, just stewing.
Oh yeah, she does. Yeah.
What was the name of your fake fiance?
Virginia.
I could also see Louise Wilkins having issues with Virginia
if she was a Riders fan. Yes.
No, just in general.
Oh, in general,
there would be questions.
All right. So what's the perfect? We've been doing this, and there was one weekend it did go perfectly. The last couple haven't been as good. What's a perfect weekend for the Elks, who are 5-9? And let's face it, the playoff hopes are hanging by a thread.
Oh, yes.
I know you're a little more optimistic than I am, but it's not likely that they're going to make the playoffs.
Well, I bet it. I put it together. What is it here? It's Montreal to win tonight. Toronto to win is tomorrow.
So Calgary, Montreal, yeah, probably Montreal to win tonight. That one doesn't affect the Elks as much, but you might as well have Calgary lose.
You might as well.
Calgary's drop back.
Calgary's got a tough schedule.
Toronto, BC. We Elks fans would want Toronto to win, even though that helps Toronto in the crossover.
Yep.
Okay.
Then you've got Hamilton at Winnipeg. You want Hamilton?
No-brainer Hamilton to win.
And then obviously
Edmonton over Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
So the ideal Elks weekend is Montreal, Toronto, Hamilton, Edmonton win. I think Montreal will win, and I think Hamilton will win. I'm not so sure about Toronto and BC. I'm not so sure about Edmonton home to Sask.
Yeah, it's tough. But, I mean, hey, what did I do? I threw a little sprinkle on it.
Might as well.
Make it interesting.
Sprinkly poo. Okay, we got something else fun here that we do once a week on the show. All right, it's our world-famous award-winning segment, Name the Animal. So, Zachary Kubish is at the technical desk, and he will play the sound of an animal. We don't know how he got this sound, but he's going to play the sound of an animal, and Jason Milne and I will try to name the animal. Now, you are welcome to play along at home. You are welcome to text the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox, 780-218-9999. You're welcome to put in the nasty chat. We generally don't look there while we're trying to guess. I have my screen up on something else. And if you are right, then you just get satisfaction.
Yeah, okay.
This is for entertainment and, entertainment and educational purposes only.
Yes.
It is not a prize, but you're welcome to try to name the animal before we do.
Is the animal back there, or did you pre-record?
Pre-recorded today.
We've
Busy
done
day.
pretty well, I think, 2 of the last 3 weeks. Because
yeah.
beaver we got quickly and raccoon we got quickly.
Yeah.
Quite quickly. In fact, we could have got raccoon even quicker than we did, but I was asking you very leading questions, and you saw the glint in my eye, and you knew I was thinking raccoon.
Well, and he didn't know what the raccoon's cartoon was.
Which was problematic for all.
Problematic, yes. Cyril Sneer.
Okay, so we are going to...
Are we doing 1 or 2?
Oh, I think 1. We're doing 1?
I got one.
Yeah, we'll do
a couple.
1.
Sure, let's go, baby.
What are we doing? That's got to be some sort of a primate. Don't you think?
Ooh, you think?
You think it's like
no
a chimp or an orangutan? You think it's something else? Again, you could always make an argument for a bird with these, can't you?
Yeah, I suppose you could. This sounded like an angry little thing.
Okay, play it again.
Play it again.
Yeah, I don't know. All right. Can I
sounds
ask
like
you a
rodent-y.
question? Oh, yeah, it could be.
But go ahead.
Is it a primate?
No.
Okay, so I'm off. I'm out of ideas, Jay. Talk to you Monday.
Okay. Is it bigger or smaller than Cooper the Corgi?
About the same size.
About the same size as Cooper. We'll ask if it's a rodent of some kind.
Is it a rodent of some kind?
It is not a rodent.
Is it a mammal?
It is a mammal.
So it's got hair and it lives on land?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever seen one in real life, in your life?
No.
Oh.
Not that I remember.
So we got a medium-sized dog-type mammal that makes that noise. Is it doing something? Is it, because I'm going to assume you got this off a video. Was it doing something specific while it's making this noise? Like eating, digging, fighting.
It was in an aggressive stance.
It was in an okay. So you were right.
It's angry.
I think you're more in tune with this one than I am.
Can we hear it one more time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's are these found in Edmonton?
They could be. I have to confirm. They are not from Edmonton.
Okay, so they're not native to Edmonton.
Does it live underground?
Oh, good one.
No, they do not. You will not find
It's an earthworm.
any of these living in the Edmonton area.
Okay, and is it really fuzzy? Like, is it quite furry?
It does have fur, yes. Like you look at it and you're like,
Is
that's
it like
fur. Yeah.
puffy? Okay. What could this be? It's not a primate. It's not a rodent. Is it a feline type animal?
It sort of looks like a cat.
Is it from the cat family? Okay.
What continent would you say these are primarily found on?
Asia and Africa is where their native lands are.
Okay, so it's in an aggressive stance. Does it eat other animals?
It will, yes.
It will eat. Does it eat the dead flesh of other animals?
I think that's its primary food source.
Okay, so what's it's like a vulture.
Like a hyena?
But it's not a, yeah, is it a hyena?
No.
A jackal?
No.
A jackass?
Well,
Is it a donkey?
No, it is not a donkey. But you would call these jackasses.
What?
They're not friendly creatures.
They're not friendly creatures. You wouldn't have one as a pet. Play it again. Sorry.
Well, they don't care.
Are there any cartoon versions of this animal?
Not any famous ones.
Famous cartoon versions? So it's in
Give us a
Asia
clue.
and Africa. Yeah,
You give us a clue.
We need some kind of a big clue here.
All right. They could be multicolored. They're black and white. They look similar to a skunk. Like when you said cat.
A badger.
Yes.
It's a badger. Nice. There's no badgers in North America?
I think there are. There are in North America. I don't you wouldn't see a badger roaming around Edmonton, but certainly on the prairies you'll run into badgers.
But he said they're not here.
The reason I would know it's a badger because of Wisconsin badgers.
Right.
That's their
and
logo.
The nickname
And
is
it's black and
honey
white.
badger.
Well, AI is lying to me because I searched up and it says you wouldn't find them in Edmonton, but then another one said in Western and Central Canada.
You
you'll
should
find
go
them,
to
so.
you should have their Wikipedia page open next time
Yeah.
you do an animal.
Like badgers in the prairies, they're legit and they are nasty little animals.
I have not seen them.
You
Honey
almost
badgers
can't
don't
shoot
care.
them.
They're what?
It's hard to shoot them
because they're so quick.
They're quick, yeah.
No, I think they're bulletproof of some sort.
You can't harm me. My wings are like a shield of steel. Remember that? Remember that character? No. Does anybody remember the cartoon Batfink?
No.
I was really small when that was on, and he would say, "You can't harm me. My wings are like a shield of steel," and he'd hold them up. He was like some human-looking bat.
Armadillo?
I really liked it. I like
That actually rings a bell. I might have seen that before.
Yeah, Batfink.
Badgers are nasty.
You guys remember that video where somebody was narrating it and they're like, honey badgers don't care?
Yeah.
Right.
That went kind of viral, didn't it?
That was a big one. Yeah, Batfink. Okay, I've seen this before.
Yeah. So he's given us over the last few weeks. So he likes he's given us a beaver. He's given us a raccoon. He's given us a badger, and he's given us a wolverine. Those might be the last four.
He likes those small little.
He
testy
likes
animals.
yeah. That's interesting.
Interesting. Says a lot.
What else?
About
What
you,
else have
Coop.
we had since Coop started doing it? Did you keep a
Lynx,
list?
We had
moose,
didn't we have a
maybe?
moose?
Yeah. Well, a lion. There was some other feline. I know lynx, and then beaver was said.
Yeah.
What was the other?
I don't know.
Mascot.
You got to keep a list of the ones you
Yeah.
use.
I do.
It's always fun to keep lists, Coop,
I like keeping lists.
for memories.
Yeah.
By the way, we're coming to you from the Canadian Brewhouse studio. Pizza Sunday is back at the Canadian Brewhouse. After 4 p.m., grab an 8-inch 2-topping pizza for just $9.99. Wash it down with $6.99 doubles and $1 off Bud Light tankards. We have the oil understood for GCL Diesel. Coming up, here's the Coop.
The Edmonton Oilers have reduced their training camp roster by 14 players, being loaned to Bakersfield. Connor Clattenburg, Matvey Petrov, Brady Stonehouse, Bo Akey, and Nathaniel Day, while a few players have been released and will report to the Condors. Seth Griffiths, Rem and Rhett Pitlick, and Luke Prokop. Tonight, Calvin Picker gets a start in goal for the Oilers as they host the Jets at 7 o'clock. And for the Elks, Nick Anderson, Jared Brinkman will miss tomorrow's game against the Riders. 2 games dot the slate tonight. Davis Alexander and the Elks meet the Stamps at 5. Argos and Lions kick off for the late game at 8. Nick Arbuckle back in action for Toronto. He missed last week with a calf injury. Xavier Worthy returns for the Chiefs. He was out with a shoulder injury he suffered in Week 1. Kansas hosts Baltimore on Sunday, and Nico Collins returns for the Texans off the injured list, while Chris Godwin and Baker Mayfield are both questionable for the Bucs. And for the Jays, they begin a 3-game series with the Rays. Shane Bieber on the bump. First pitch just after 5. And Toronto is fighting for the AL East title with the Yankees as they're tied for top spot in the division. New York meeting Baltimore just after 5. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring. Proudly serving Edmonton and area for over 30 years, their West End showroom is open 7 days a week. You can shop online at ParamountFlooring.ca. The Reid Wilkins Show returns after a brief intermission. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Been a busy and interesting week across the Canadian Football League. AJ Jacobin joins us.
Some of the nonsensical takes that basically suggest if you like these changes, you are un-Canadian, you're not a true CFL fan. If you're someone that is ripping anyone that likes these changes and you think you're a true Canadian and they're not, you're a dummy.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
When you cater with Royal Pizza, you're getting the same great pizzas, pastas, and salads you love, just bigger and built for a crowd. Perfect for teams, offices, or parties, Royal Pizza's catering brings real value around $10 per person. Delicious, high quality, and easy. If you like their pastas, you'll love their catering pastas even more. Visit royalpizza.ca or contact your local store for exact pricing and details.
So come on home, Royal Pizza, still making it great.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino.
Just wasting gas. Whoa, blurring them dotted lines, killing.
Don't miss 3-time CCMA Performer of the Year, Dallas Smith, Unplugged, November 1st at the River Cree Resort and Casino. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement, bet on it.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
She bought a car, working nights at the mall. TV taught her how to drive it. She bought a car, didn't want one too small. Bought a K car.
Hello, you wonderful people. Hope you're having a great afternoon. Oilers game tonight at 7 against the Winnipeg Jets. Preseason game at Rogers Place. Here is the expected Oilers lineup. Henrique with Mangiapane and Savoy. Tomasek with Howard and Kapanen. Philp centering Janmark and Hudson. Szymanski between Marhala and Järventie. On defense, Nurth with Stetcher. Kulak with Regula. Dineen with Brown. Pickard in net. Johnson, the backup goaltender, all be heading to Rogers Place shortly after this show ends at 6 o'clock. And then Sunday at 6, the Oilers play the Canucks at Rogers Place. That'll be the final home game of the preseason. Elks tomorrow at 5, play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. Should be a pretty big crowd, maybe the biggest of the season, and a huge game against the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Our coverage starts at 4 tomorrow with the Green and Gold kickoff show with Jay Milne and Matthew Iwanek. All right, where are we at with the Ryder Cup? Day one's done?
Day one's done. Current score, Europe 5.5. US 2.5.
2.5. So
McIlroy had a
lead.
Had a putt to make it 6-2. Missed it. Threw his putter in the air.
Oh, no.
Dented the green.
Did he really?
Not a good look.
Did he really dent the green?
Well, I'd imagine he threw it in the air.
He didn't catch it?
He didn't catch it.
Oh, no, you got to catch it.
You got to catch it.
It's like a baton at that point.
So, yeah, they've got, what is it, an hour now to set the lineups and matchups for the whole day of tomorrow?
Right.
It has to be within the hour?
Yeah, I didn't realize that till we were watching it earlier, that they got to put it in that quickly.
Now, Scheffler lost. He's 0-2 today. He was 0-2 in Rome.
Oh, wow.
Is Scheffler the biggest choke artist on Team USA?
No.
Given his... Well, how can you say he's not?
Choking. He's just not performing as well as he does. That's not a choke.
He could have won that match single-handedly. That's the beauty of floorball.
Yeah.
He didn't. Choke. You have to say the word choke is going to be thrown around all over the U.S. networks.
Well, that's fine. They can do whatever they want.
Well, does he play in all 5 matches?
No. They got to sit him out tomorrow. Box Pounder says Hugo Agogo was the mad scientist on Batfink. That's true.
Okay, so this
Bringing
was
back
called
some memories.
Batfink?
It was a cartoon called Batfink, as far as I remember. I used to watch it when I was a young lad.
Wow, I have never seen this.
Yeah, it was probably pulled off the air by the time you were born.
It looks like a combination of Batmouse and Speedy Gonzalez.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Why not?
And he would say, "You cannot harm me. My wings are like a shield of steel." Pretty sure that's what he said.
So it was a mouse that had bat wings?
I don't know. I don't remember. I just know he was Batfink. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not up on his origin story, Jay. So, Reid, what was his motivation in fighting crime?
I wonder if the voice of Batfink was ever been at the expo at
that'd
Northland.
be fun, yeah. I don't know who did the voice.
What was your origin story?
I don't know. 780-218-9999, the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Here is the oil understood for GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around. From turbochargers to ejectors, fuel pumps to sensors, they are the critical engine component experts. Proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years and now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. Diesel. Understood.
Gosh darn it.
Oh, you did well. That's good. All right, so I gave the lines for tonight, and we were talking with Luke Gazdic about the Oilers' defense core. I mean, really everybody's back. You know, going 8 or 9 deep into the lineup, and Darnell Nurse saying nothing wrong with some continuity on the blue line.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it makes the game a little bit easier when you're able to play with guys that you play with over the course of the last few seasons. You know, stability too, I think, with our group. You look at the pairs, you look at the groups, there'll probably be a lot of stability there this year, and I think everyone's really looking forward to that.
And Nurse paired with Stetcher tonight.
Oh, Stetcher's just, he's a pit bull. He goes out there and he works each and every day. He's probably the hardest working guy on the ice. Each practice we have, whether it's morning skate, and with him, you always know where he's going to be. You always know he's going to bring 100% of his effort, and he's a lot of fun to play with. All
right, so yeah, Nurse and Stetcher paired tonight. TSN finished up its top 50 players in the NHL list. So what they did, they have 20 hockey experts doing their rankings. So what want to do the top 10 for fun? See how many you can get. You have not looked at this list.
I have not.
You're aware of, I think, maybe a couple guys in the top 10?
I should be able to.
Let's see if Jay can come up with the top 10.
Sure.
Okay.
You can guide me too.
Sure. All right. Well, who do you think's number 1?
Well, it's got to be McDavid.
McDavid is number 1. And did you hear there's another Oiler in the top 10? Did you hear where he was?
No, but I'm assuming it's Leon.
Yes.
But he's not 2.
No.
This is okay. So it's got to be McKinnon 2.
McKinnon is 2. So McDavid is 1. McKinnon is 2. And McKinnon,
how can you not have Draisaitl as 3?
Got a couple first place votes. Where is it here? The only other player to receive number 1 votes was McKinnon, who collected the other 2 first place votes. So 20 people voted. 2 people put McKinnon first. 18 people put McDavid first. So the top 3 is McDavid, McKinnon, Draisaitl.
Yeah.
So you're doing pretty good so far.
So Dry is there. Oh. Where to go now?
Well, I'll give you a hint.
Rantanen?
Well, he was on that. He's on the. No. I was trying to give a clue. Rantanen's 15th.
Okay.
After being 10 last year. The top 4 guys are only from 2 different teams.
Oh,
Makar is 4.
Sure.
So the top 4, McDavid, McKinnon, Draisaitl, Makar.
Okay. 5. Would this was from TSN?
Yeah. 20 experts that they asked. Yes.
Austin Matthews.
Austin Matthews is in the top 10, but he's not 5th.
Where's he fall?
He's 7th after being 3rd going into last year, plummeting down the rankings.
There's no more in Canadian markets?
Oh, there sure is. Yeah. There's 2 more out of Canadian markets. Neither one is a forward.
Okay. You know, I always forget this guy's name. His brother's on the Oilers. Montreal defenseman, rookie of the year.
Oh, he's
Quinn
not.
Hudson.
No, he's not that high.
Okay,
I
so
don't know where they have him.
it's Quinn Hughes.
Yes, Quinn Hughes is 6. So you have McDavid 1, McKinnon 2. You have Draisaitl 3, Makar
Bouchard?
4. No, Bouchard's not in the top 10.
So I'm missing a defenseman from a Canadian team?
No, you're missing someone who is not a forward from a Canadian team.
So it's a goaltender.
Yeah.
I didn't know goalies were included.
Oh, well, they're hockey players, Jay.
Hardly.
Oh my goodness. Are they kickers in your mind now? Oh my.
Who's the top?
Who was the Hart Trophy winner last year?
I'm rattled. I didn't have goalies on here.
What team was really good last year and then lost in the second round?
It's a very common name.
Barely made it out of the
superstars.
first round.
All right. I know it's Hellebuck. I just wasn't prepared.
Yes, it's Hellebuck.
He's 5?
He's 9th.
He's 9.
So you have McDavid 1, McKinnon 2, Draisaitl 3, Makar 4. You have Quinn Hughes 6, and you have Connor Hellebuck.
So I'm missing
9.
5th, 8th, and 10th.
You're missing 5. Oh, yeah, because you did Matthews. You're missing 5th, 8th, and 10th.
What position is 5? A forward, I take it.
5 is a forward. Been very good for quite a while, actually. And he's won a couple Stanley Cups.
Didn't recently get hurt?
No. Barkov's 11.
Okay.
Sorry, Barkov's 12. Not quite in the top 10. And obviously they did this poll before injuries.
Yeah. Vegas.
Good guess. Eichel's 11th. Eichel's 11th after being 32nd last year. This guy's in the same state as Barkov.
Kucherov.
Yes, is 5. So you have McDavid, McKinnon, Draisaitl, Makar, Kucherov, Hughes, Matthews, blank, Hellebuck, blank. Number 8 has a couple things in common with Connor McDavid.
Kaprizov.
Yes. 15 last year.
So quite a leap for him.
Yeah.
10.
10 was not in the playoffs last year, but has been every other year he's played, I believe. Maybe one other year he might have missed it. He's on one of the teams that you and I talk about. They got an identity, even though they weren't that good last year.
Oh, Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah. This name. Don't. I know who it is. I could see him.
Yeah.
What's he stirring?
Yeah, he's stirring. He's eating something. Twirling. He could twirl it. Put sauce on it. Yeah, Pasternak's 10. You did pretty good. I mean, just for me throwing this at you.
Yeah, that makes sense. So who's missing off that list? Apparently nobody.
Eichel's 11, Barkov 12, Crosby is still 13, Marner's 14, Rantanen's 15, Point 16, Jack Hughes off the Devils 17, Sam Reinhart's up to 18. He was 26 last year. How about this? Zach Werenski is now 19th, was not on their list last year. William Nylander for the Leafs rounds out the top 20. Which is interesting to me. Here's some of the people after. Okay, I'll read some names, and you tell me who you'd sooner have: Nylander or the name I'm going to read. Matthew Tkachuk. Kyle Connor.
Ooh, Kyle Connor.
Miro Heiskanen.
Yeah, Heiskanen.
Artemi Panarin.
That's a toss.
Probably Nylander.
Yeah.
Nick Suzuki's up to 25, unranked last year.
Yeah, I'd take Nylander. But I like Suzuki. He's got some grit.
Victor Hedman.
He's
30th.
Big Hedman fan.
He
I am.
Yeah. Fun list. Fun little project. So the Oilers with 2 of the top 3. Yeah, I saw some people putting in the nasty chat about Bouchard. Bouchard's 39th. So this TSN top 50 players has Bouchard as the 39th.
He'd be the third
player.
Oiler?
He would be the third Oiler. Yeah, the Oilers have 3 in the top 50. What other Jets are on it? So Hellebuck's 9th.
Kyle Connor.
Connor is 23rd. Morrissey is 33rd.
Oh, wow.
And
that's probably fair. Yep.
That's it, yeah. They still have Ovechkin 49th. How about that?
That's a favor.
Ovechkin and Crosby still near the top.
I mean, the guy's
that was
still
fun.
The guy's still performing.
Well, yeah.
How can you not, I guess, right?
Yeah. 7 o'clock tonight, Rams guy says Nylander is better than Matthews. Ooh, hot take. Hot take alert.
It will be interesting to see because in Toronto, it always appeared, or at least the media would want you to think that Marner was the problem. Marner was the odd man out. Marner was the whiner. Marner was the crybaby. So it'll be interesting to see how Toronto adjusts.
Right. It's a 7 o'clock game tonight. 7 o'clock game for people asking. 7 o'clock game. We are coming to you from the Canadian Brewhouse studio. Lobster Fest is back at the Canadian Brewhouse. Saturday, October 4th at 6 p.m. Enjoy a pound and a half of fresh Atlantic lobster with all the fixings for $49.99. Pair it with a stein of Alexander Keith's. Details at thecanadianbrewhouse.com.
Aren't we eating lobster on the show Monday?
I think we're getting lobster brought in.
Patty from the Brewhouse. Coob, you picked a bad day to miss.
Do we have to reach into the tank and grab it ourselves?
I hope not.
Well, I might just take Benny's. I might just, show up at a certain time and take the lobster.
I think lobster, it's cool and all, but I think it's just a vessel to get garlic butter in your body.
Yeah, I think it's one of those food items. It depends on what you're dipping it in.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
We can have claw fights.
We can. Yes, we certainly can, Jay.
Remember the 40-ounce steak day?
Yes, I do. I think I'm still digesting that steak. I think he's still working his way through my intestine.
Coob ate that whole thing, man.
No, he didn't.
In a day, yeah. He started during the day. He finished it by the end of our show.
If I had
slowly, okay.
only a 20-minute, nothing else going on, I think I could devour one of those.
I took the rest of mine home and fed my family for 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, you did a good job. See, my problem was I dabbled in the sides.
Well, you ate your potatoes.
I had some potatoes and I had the garlic bread and I had some vegetables. That's because I needed to break up the taste of it.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what comes of this on Monday.
Yeah.
And then next Friday, we're on location at the CFR.
Yes, that's right.
Another brew house
we're
event.
At the ice house. We're at the ice. We're not in the CFR.
I think there's some sort of a chili cook-off going on.
Is there really?
Maybe we'll sample some
I didn't
chilies.
know that. Oh, we're very lucky men. And then we're going to a shed north of San Guido for a show at some point.
What a time to be alive.
It really is magical. We got
just copper, there'll be copper distillery pipes. Somebody's making moonshine.
Oh my goodness. All right. Keep giving us the thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube. We got people a little slow with the thumbs today.
It's Friday.
Yeah. Let's get going. We got a rally. Give us a thumbs up if you haven't. If you have, click share and send the show link off to somebody else and encourage them to watch us, check us out, and give us a thumbs up. Buying or selling for Damon Bunting. Coop's taking the lead on this one. I'm excited. Here's the sports update.
Some roster moves from the Oilers. 14 players leaving the team, including Connor Clattenburg. Some training camp cuts. Matvei Petrov, Bo Wakey being loaned to Bakersfield. Other players reporting to the Condors, Luke Prokop, Rhett, and Rem Pitlick. From Rogers Place tonight, Oilers and Jets hit the ice at 7. Kelvin Pickard, the starter for the Orange and Blue. Darnell Nurse, Troy Stetcher filling out the top defensive pairing, while on the field, Nick Anderson, Jared Brinkman have been ruled out for the Elks tomorrow as they challenge the Riders. Elsewhere, Montreal host Calgary. Davis Alexander back in the lineup for the Elks after being sidelined since mid-July with a hamstring injury. BC FC and Toronto also kick off in Nick Arbuckle's return for the Argos. In the NFL, Justin Fields of the Jets was a full participant in practice today. Could play Monday in Miami after missing last week's game in concussion protocol. Josh Jacobs also off the injured report for the Packers. Good to go against the Cowboys this weekend. Baseball, it's Toronto naming Shane Bieber the starter for their series opener against the Rays. First pitch at 5:07. Toronto tied with New York for first in the division in the AL East as they face Baltimore just after 5. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and surrounding areas since '93. They have doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff today at Windsor Plywood Leduc. Buying or selling for Damon Bunting next up here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The EST Hangout.
Hey guys, since Barkov is out for the season potentially, and Florida has accrued a lot of cap space, can they go and acquire a stud player and have them play in the playoffs? The new rule where you have to be cap compliant in the playoffs goes into effect this upcoming postseason. So yeah, you can go get that guy, but come playoffs, you still need to be cap compliant when you're playing those games. That's the only difference.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Need extra space for products, tools, or seasonal stock? Sentinel Storage gives your business flexible storage and the room to grow. Affordable storage that scales with you. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
The leaves are turning, and just like golf season, time is running out to get in on Play Alberta's biggest offer ever. For a limited time only, new players can get up to a $1,000 casino bonus when they sign up. There's never been a better time to join the fun. Visit playalberta.ca today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. Remember, if you gamble, please use your game sense.
Win big this NFL season at the Canadian Brewhouse presented by Bud Light. You could win a trip to Super Bowl 60, plus prizes like smokers, Bud Light coolers, and a trip to an NFL home opener next season. Enjoy $1 off Bud Light and Budweiser tankers. Details at thecanadianbrewhouse.com.
You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems, but did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Borg Warner, and Holset, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
Hope you're having a wonderful day. Edmonton Sports Talk presented by Play Alberta. Make your bets count for you and everyone else with the Play Alberta app. With hundreds of player prop bets on the biggest leagues, NFL, CFL, NHL, NBA, MLB, you name it. You're not just playing for fun, you're supporting your province. Play Alberta Revenue helps fund Alberta programs and services. Deposit $50 today with the promo code YEG50. Get an EST exclusive $50 free bet to get started. The play of the day, Jay's play of the day, is on playalberta.ca and on the app. What is it again?
Yeah, just Elks money line. Boosted to plus 195.
Okay.
Most books have it at plus 160, 165. So that's the beauty of Play Alberta. We asked them to boost. They do. You will not find these odds anywhere else.
That's awesome. Can we watch Calgary-Montreal at 5?
You know it, man.
Put it on to ESTV, baby.
You got it.
And Toronto, BC later on. What's Dusty doing? Hamilton or Winnipeg tomorrow?
Yeah.
So he's off to Winnipeg. He's probably flying right now, isn't he?
He's probably in the air. He may have landed already.
May have just got there. So again, perfect weekend for the Elks. Montreal beats Calgary. Toronto beats BC. Hamilton beats Winnipeg. And then Edmonton wins at home in front of a pretty good crowd against Saskatchewan. Going to be tough, but possible. I just think it's going to be very tough. Who do we need to step up for the Elks? Is it just one of the usual star guys, or do you need somebody else who's been quiet to do something? What do you think?
Well, you got to quiet down that defensive rush of Saskatchewan.
Right, because they lead the league in sacks. I was looking at the sack stat earlier.
Yeah. Offensively, Cody Fajardo's got to be have a really good game. The offensive line needs to step up. I would say the area that I would like most to step up is the O-line. No question. Followed closely by the defensive backs,
who have come a long way this year.
Yeah, they took a bit of a step backwards. Injury, though. Metier is a big part of that.
Right.
But I like having Cordell Jackson back at halfback. I think that calms a lot of things down on that side.
Is he the smaller guy?
Yeah, number 13.
Right, but he's been pretty good.
He's an angry feller. Yes.
Got to play angry.
Yes.
But what did Sherritt say? They want to play with speed and violence.
Speed and violence.
Join us before the season. So why, in your mind, let me put it to you this way, and I realize these teams have different fortunes, but the Stamps have gotten crushed the Elks didn't crush them, but they let Rankin run all over them. And they didn't have Hutchins, and I always forget it's not Olafoye, it's something like that.
Right.
But he's out for the year. So they have one injured D lineman and another who's missed a game and banged up, and now they can't stop anything.
Mm-hmm.
And how have the Elks, even though they don't win as much as we'd like, how have they survived the injuries on defense, where it appears a couple injuries to Calgary's defense has potentially ruined their season?
Better depth. That's it. I mean, the CFL is a league of depth. You're going to have to overcome injury in several different areas of your team throughout the year.
Right.
It's as plain as that. If you are thin at one position, it's not going to work out well for you. Look at Montreal with their quarterback. I mean, McLeod Bethel-Thompson looked pretty good recently, but at the start, no bueno. Look at Vernon Adams Jr. when he goes down.
Right.
PJ Walker just doesn't do the job. Yeah. But, and that's positive for this team long term, is that you have guys like Brandon Barlow, Taylor, Kongbo, Johnson, who just recently came in. Williams is back. He was nicked up last week. These are guys that came out of nowhere.
Right.
But I guess, you have to ultimately give credit to GM Ed Hervey for finding these people that, Kongbo was with BC last year.
Oh, right. Yeah. Right? He's been quite good.
He's been fantastic.
All right, let's dive into buying or selling for Damon Bunting, a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 18 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community-driven, he understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out, DamonBunting.com, Instagram handle, Damon Bunting Real Estate. A reminder, by the way, if you are taking us in on YouTube, give us a thumbs up.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
Yeah, we're not even at 70 yet. Let's get going, everybody. Click that like button. Coob, are you giving us buying or selling?
I am.
Oh, my goodness. This is going to be straight out of the Cuban zone. All right.
Ooh.
The Cubinator.
Deep down in Primetime Coob's mind.
That's right,
baby. Let's
get it. All right. I'm going to start you guys off with this. Did the Oilers... Or it was a missed opportunity for the Oilers, having them not claim Connor Ingram. They missed an opportunity.
That's a good one.
Now, he spent the year in Utah as well. It was a down year for him, a sub around 900 save percentage as well, and he was in the players' assistance program.
He was way under. He was 882. He was 882.
But he had a 907 the year prior as well as a starter, but he was struggling mightily last season. And that was one of the names that came about for the Oilers if they were to improve their goaltenders in the crease. And I know this is just something that has been beaten. It's been a punching bag here in Edmonton to see if they can improve the goaltending, but the Oilers passed.
If it was me, I might have taken a chance on him.
His contract is a little bit more than Calvin Pickard's would be.
Right.
Then you would have that to juggle as well.
Now no one claimed him.
No, he went
right. So I guess, maybe
waivers.
that, and you'd think GMs might know about his game, or if he's been through some tough times. Yeah, I don't know if I'd go so far as to say they missed a huge opportunity, but I wouldn't have been critical or batted an eye if they would have claimed him. I mean, who else do they have for goaltenders? They have Matt Tompkins, who played in the preseason a game and a half. They got Samuel Janssen. They got Nathaniel Day. Would have been worth taking a chance on Ingram as sort of a reclamation project, perhaps. I think it might have been. Now, if he doesn't play well, then you're paying him to take up a spot probably in Bakersfield.
Well, that's just it. Like I think if the Oilers were to have stepped up and claimed him, then somebody else has to go.
There's a spot that is taken up already. There's not another seat to be taken by another goaltender coming in as well, right?
Well, it pushes a goalie probably down to the East Coast League, right?
Does it mean something that he did clear waivers, that nobody else did jump on him?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. Because he's had some off ice issues.
Yep. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah. So, which sucks. I mean, that's probably a lot of why that happens or why that happened.
Well, they have Connor Unger in the minors as well.
I mean, my gut reaction to that coup would be selling because, I think Stu Skinner had an off year last year. It was his worst year since he's taken the net as far as his save percentage. I'd like to say and believe that he'll have a bounce back year, and this will put that kind of to bed. Reid, what do you think? Are you still on that 905 and higher, or do you think it's even higher this year? Maybe 908 to 912 for Stu Skinner?
No, I think he's got to be over 900.
Just over 900?
Just above the league average.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, if he's an average goaltender, like you can work by that, especially with the Oilers goal scoring. But to go back to picking up Ingram, it would be less or equal to it would be a sideways move.
I mean, the non-roster goaltenders are Connor Unger, who's 23, Nathaniel Day, who's 20, Samuel Janssen, who's 21, Matt Tompkins, who's 31, brought in for organizational depth. So you're pushing one of those guys down and maybe out if you claim somebody else.
All right, the second one, staying in Edmonton for the Elks. Larry Thompson driving through the Stampeders bench is the best moment in Doubly history since winning the Grey Cup.
Selling.
Since winning the Grey Cup?
Selling.
Which Grey Cup? 2015?
2015.
Selling.
Last 10 years.
It was a great moment. It was a great moment. It'll be talked about and remembered as a fun moment, but it was not something that happened in a game.
No.
Like I would put the Queen's Wave ahead of that.
Right.
It was a bit tongue-in-cheek with that one.
I would put this year's Labor Day rematch. I would put Rankin's 90-yard run or whatever it was ahead of that.
For sure, yeah. It was more tongue-in-cheek just for that one, but
I don't
it was
know.
definitely a good Elks moment.
I mean, that was just...
It was iconic.
There's shirts about it.
Well, sure.
You see him rolling. Come on.
What a memory.
It was a big one for sure. The next one here, the Elks playoffs chances die this weekend. You guys chatted about it just a little bit.
Well, I'll sell because they haven't played the game. And
this coming up or last weekend?
This weekend.
This weekend against Saskatchewan.
Completely just...
I think that they can win. I think they can play. They can compete with any team in the league. I think they've proven that. Can they get over the hump and actually get the W? That's the question. And that's probably the next point of this or phase of this progression for the growth of this club and this culture is to then learn how to win and not find ways to lose, which they've done the past 2 weeks.
Right.
So if they can put it together, they can absolutely beat Saskatchewan, but it's a big if. Now, if they do lose, I'd be buying that. But I'm selling for now, Coob. I'm selling for now.
Buying or selling, Micah Parsons and the Packers will embarrass Jerry Jones and the Cowboys this weekend.
Buying.
Yeah, I'll buy that. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
You'll have a front row seat to see what he missed out on, not extending Parsons.
I'm interested to see how the Cowboys faithful react to Micah Parsons' return. Micah Parsons made it very clear throughout, if you want to call it negotiations, that he wanted to be a Dallas Cowboy for life. And Jerry Jones ripped his heart out and traded him to the Green Bay Packers. Dallas Cowboys fans, I'm interested to see, is this a happy return? Is it happy until he goes and drags Dak Prescott down like a lion hunting in Africa? Probably. It might turn at that point when they realize, oh, shoot, he's rushing our guy, Dak. I'm interested to see the reaction. As far as the game goes, I mean, CD Lamb's out. Their defense is a joke. They haven't proven anything. I think this could be out of hand by the end of the first half.
And that would be great on the Parsons front of things. Like if though a former player comes in, rolls to town, and his team steamrolls yours, I think the reaction is definitely going to change. I feel entering the game, it might be a little bit mixed because I couldn't only imagine what Cowboys fans feel about their superstar player being traded. I would say that their anger resides more with Jerry Jones.
Sure.
Sort of in a blunder to give up a player like that just in general. And his upside is still yet to be seen. Like, he has not reached his full potential, but that's going to be exciting to see this weekend.
Good job, Coop. Is that it?
I think so.
Buying or selling for Damon Bunting, featuring the Coop. Good stuff. 780-218-9999 is the afternoon inbox. Texting us, presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, home of Tap 25 Restaurant, where the entire menu is 50% off 7 days a week. That is from 2 to 5 p.m. We'll have to get in a limerick or two.
Yeah.
When we get back, we'll go over some of the comments made by Chris Morris and Ed Hervey today as they spoke on Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium about the passing of owner Larry Thompson. Huskies head coach Marshall Klene is ahead as well. It's the Reid Wilkins Show with Jason Milne on Edmonton Sports Talk.
Two guys and a goalie.
The thought I had this morning is, what if he is making this we'll call it a political decision to have eyes on him, not falling on a sword, but carrying a shield, as it were. Because if everyone's asking questions about him, guess what they're not asking about? Guess who hasn't been swamped with stuff heading into the season? Stuart Skinner, Darnell Nurse, Evan Bouchard.
Two guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches, to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc, we're the experts you need to know.
Weiss Johnson, whoa.
Hi, Dennis from Weiss Johnson here, and we're excited to be partnering up with the Nielsen Show and have a special deal exclusive for Nielsen Show listeners. Get 10% off any new Trane furnace, air conditioner, or heat pump installation from now until the end of October. Bundle a furnace with an AC or heat pump and get 25% off the package price. Get your home comfort now for all seasons with Weiss Johnson and Trane. Trane, it's hard to stop a train. Visit wjsportstalk.com today.
Fall football in your living room just became the Fan Zone. Before you move in the giant screen, make space to cheer on your favorite team with Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca.
Running your own small business takes courage, and as it grows, so does your team. That's why Alberta Blue Cross offers health, dental, life, disability, and wellness benefits designed for small businesses, because we know a healthy team means a thriving business. Join over 5,000 Alberta businesses who have chosen us to help their business grow and succeed. Alberta Blue Cross takes care of you and your employees, so you can take care of your business. Visit ab.bluecross.ca to find a plan that's right for you.
At Mind360, we invite you to embark on your mental health journey in a safe and comfortable space. Conveniently located in St. Albert, Mind360 has a diverse team of experienced clinicians that offer a broad range of tailored services for children, adults, and families. Furthermore, we are very proud to serve our military, veterans, and first responders. If you're looking for counseling, treatment, or assessment, understand that you are not alone. Contact Mind360 at mind360.ca to book an appointment today.
The Oilers Oilers hit the ice at Rogers Place, hosting the Jets for 7 o'clock puck drop. Calvin Pickard gets a start, and the Oilers have reduced their training camp roster by 14 players. They're headed back to the AHL. Matvey Petrov, Connor Klattenberg, and Bo Akey being loaned to the Condors. Rem Pitlick and Seth Griffith reporting to the Condors as well. In Elks news, Jared Brinkman, Nick Anderson have been ruled out for tomorrow's game against Saskatchewan. Kickoff at 5 tomorrow. And 2 games dot the Friday night football slate. Davis Alexander returning for the Alouettes to battle the Stampeders in just a moment. After that, Nick Arbuckle and the Argos play the Lions. NFL injury updates. Brock Purdy back for the Niners this week to face the Jags on Sunday. Houston's Nico Collins off the injured report as well. He's ready for action. In the majors, it's the Jays and Rays opening up a 3-game set. Shane Bieber, the starter for Toronto, first pitch in about 3 minutes. And 2 games are live right now. Bottom of the first, White Sox up 4-0 over the Nationals, while the Twins trail the Phillies 1-0 in the second. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. Hour 3 of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
The Florida Panthers just putting out a statement on social media 4 minutes ago. Did you see this, Jay? Let me make sure this is their official account, first of all. It would be. An update on the captain. Florida Panthers captain Alexander Barkov suffered injuries to his ACL and MCL at yesterday's practice. Today, he underwent successful surgery by Dr. John Uribe at Baptist Health Doctors Hospital. He will be reevaluated on an ongoing basis. The expected recovery timeline for these injuries is 7 to 9 months. So Barkov out 7 to 9 months. I just Googled what date is 7 months from today. It is April 26th. That is into the playoffs. What day is 9 months from today? It is June 26th. So here's what we can tell you. Barkov's going to miss the regular season. And I guess we're looking at a possible best case scenario return. I guess we say the second round of the playoffs. If it's 7 months, or maybe late in the first round. So that's the latest there on Barkov, straight from the Florida Panthers. When you saw that video of him going down,
I got it up right now.
What did you think?
You just know something's wrong. These athletes, that their bodies are so fine-tuned, they know immediately if something's wrong, or if something, I tweaked it, or if, like, you could see on his face when the trainers went over to assist him.
Yeah.
This was not good. That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's awful. He's one of the top players in this league. Won the last 2 Stanley Cups. Selke, he's done a lot.
Yeah.
And as much as you'd like to, throw barbs at the Florida Panthers, I mean, you just, if you want the best players playing, right? So that's devastating for that team. So now what's the question? Or here's the question. Who do they go out and try and get?
Right.
What do they try and do? Does somebody else shake loose from another? You know what I mean? Like, they're going to have to fill that void.
Well, they're going to be without Tkachuk for about half the season too, right? Did you ever tear your ACL?
No. Gosh, no.
But yeah, I'm sure you knew teammates who did.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bad. And this is ACL and MCL?
Right. So that's
as bad as it gets.
Yeah.
That's as bad as it gets.
Now, when you had teammates who tore ACLs, was it... Because sometimes it'll be like a knee-on-knee collision, right? Or something will happen. Barkov was skating and went down. Does that suggest to you...
There looked to be a little bit of a collision.
Okay.
And in a collision like that, maybe you get it twisted. But it looks like he fell awkwardly. And that leg was not going, it was moving in a different direction, which is just...
I just wonder, too. I mean, these two teams... Well, don't forget, Florida's been in the final 3 years in a row. Like, how much extra hockey... I mean, he'd be up around 60, 70 more games than teams that didn't miss the playoffs, I mean, I wonder, and I don't know anything in this particular case, obviously, but just those extra games, that extra wear and tear on the body. I mean, there must be body parts hanging by a thread.
It can't help, Reid. I mean, you can't just say, "Oh, that's the reason they've been going on these long runs and their body doesn't have enough time to properly heal."
Right.
We can't just assume that, but I can tell you it doesn't help. The recovery period of somebody that didn't make the playoffs has an extra 2 months?
Yeah, exactly. Compared to the Stanley Cup
that's
final
a lot.
teams. Yeah,
that's a lot.
Yeah.
It's really sad for that team. That's their leader. You try to think of, heaven forbid, something like that here with your leader, your number one guy, going down in training camp. It's just bad. And it did not look like, you can find it on Twitter. Some are asking us to play it. I don't know if we can do that, but it's on Twitter. But it just looked very simple. But it did look like he fell down a different way and extended it.
Montreal, Calgary about to kick off in the Canadian Football League. We have that on the ESTV. What is it, the Ryder Cup? 5.5, 2.5?
Yeah.
For Europe. So they have control there after the first day. More 4-ball and foursomes tomorrow, and then the big single matches coming up on Sunday. Of course, 24 hours ago, we were breaking down the news. We just heard that Elks owner Larry Thompson passed away at the age of 65. Chris Morris, the president of the Elks, and Ed Hervey, the GM, spoke today on Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. Chris Morris commented on the best way to honor Larry Thompson.
I think the best way to honor Larry is to live our lives and to build this organization and to treat people the way he would have wanted them to be treated. There's a way to do things. This is professional football. It's a very tough environment, and sometimes people have to come and people have to go depending on how they play. That doesn't mean people aren't valued. Everybody here needs to be valued. Everybody here needs to feel like they're part of this family. And if we run it that way, I think Larry will be somewhere with a smile on his face.
Would there be anything outside of this game to commemorate him?
Yeah, we'll be doing in the pregame, we'll be doing a moment of silence, and we'll be doing a little bit of a tribute to him. I think, for us, this is very sudden, and it's happened very, very quickly. In the next few weeks, we're going to have to decide how we're going to honor Larry long term, what we're going to do from a memorial standpoint, and all those different things. But for this weekend, there will be something small to make sure that everybody understands how valuable he was and how loved he was here.
Morris also commenting on Larry Thompson's relationship with the Elks players.
He knew all the players. He knew the players in the team. He wanted to know about their families. He wanted to know about the coaches. He really did. He was very stringent on what he thought an organization, a healthy organization should look like, and the way people treated each other and the way we conduct business. And part of that for him was knowing everyone here and making sure that everybody was taken care of. And he would always say, our people deserve the best, Chris. You make sure they're getting the best. And that was his, that's his calling card, and I'll never forget him for it.
Yeah, pretty tough news. Obviously, Larry's owner or wife, Deb, will take over ownership of the team. Chris Morris, president of and CEO of the team, he obviously has a huge impact on the direction of the club with Ed Hervey as GM and Mark Killam as the head coach. Morris was on with us on Monday to talk primarily about the rule changes, but when he commented on the season, he said, look, it's tough, it's disappointing. He thinks they're close, and he said, I want to remind everybody, no one is going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. Ed's not going anywhere. Mark Killam's not going anywhere. I respect that fans watch the Elks and have their own opinions. I go in after the games, and I see the fire Killam stuff. He's not getting fired. The head coach will not be fired. Another season that's 5 or 6 wins, who knows? But we'll deal with that when we get there. I mean, they want to put these people, Larry Thompson put Chris Morris in place for a long time, and Chris Morris wants to have people in place in other key positions for a long time. So that's what they're building towards. Certainly, we can't put our heads in the sands. They need to make more money, though that's now a Thompson family endeavor, I suppose, than worrying about a board of directors and a rainy day fund and all that stuff we used to talk about. But just sort of rebuilding the reputation of the club. Ed Hervey said it when he was hired. Maybe he'd use a different choice of words if he could have a redo, but he said, from being outside the organization for a few years, it's kind of viewed as a laughingstock. So, they're changing that. They're trying to build a culture. They're trying to make people more accountable. They're trying to have sort of that family atmosphere and care about each other. So that's what I think now I mean, obviously Chris Morris and company were trying to do that anyway, but now knowing that they're trying to do it for what Larry left behind now that he's left us, and it's just too bad. Likely, I talked to somebody today who said if it doesn't surpass the Labor Day rematch, it'll be pretty close for a crowd tomorrow. So it's just too bad Larry won't get to see that, because it very well could be the biggest crowd since he's owned the Elks for the last 13 months. But
yeah, and continuity, right?
Yeah,
that's something that was the number one goal of this organization when all these changes happened. When Chris was brought in, he said that at his press conference. This is, the players that see who they see in the team store, who they see in the offices. We want to keep that around as much as possible to begin to have that family-like feel. And he's speaking from experience. That's what he knew as a player. That's what Larry probably remembered as some of the best years of Eskimo football.
Yeah,
was some of those years in the late 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah. Well, it's tough when you lose it to get it back. I mean, hopefully the Elks can keep working here and get it back. Chris Morris has said, he doesn't want players on 1-year contracts and then gone. He wants players to live here in the offseason if they can, and then players stay here. I mean, look at all the great players that, Giz leading the way. Jed's on this show. Brian Kelly's in the community. We could go on and on and on. I probably can't even think of all of them. Mookie Mitchell is still around. I mean, he played Toronto as well. He stayed in Edmonton. So they're trying to build that, right? And it's the old thing, like what comes first, the winning or the connection to the community? It's hard to say, but they're trying to work on it from both sides, and Larry Thompson, a big part of that. So, hopefully this would be like that win over Calgary felt like a step forward.
Yeah.
And this is the tough thing, Jay, when you have a team that is going through some really bad years. You're looking for that game where you can say they turned it around. They turned it around, and you're just so hopeful about each individual win, or even a positive drive sometimes, or a young player making a good play. Like it felt like that Saturday against Calgary. There was something different about that game. Like they asserted themselves. They didn't look like a last place team, or sometimes you catch a team napping or you beat another bad team. Because let's face it, a lot of their wins the previous 4 years, they didn't always beat great teams. I know they had a couple wins in Regina, and they had a Labor Day win last year as well on the road, though Calgary wasn't very good. Like they beat a good team. They beat a team that just beat them pretty convincingly 4 days prior and came out and did it to that team.
Well, I think if they can get a win this weekend, does that
it helps. It may not be enough to get them into the playoffs now, but if they can come out at home, where, let's face it, we also have to live through that long home losing streak. Like if they come out and play hard and beats us, I'll say this: I don't have any doubts they're going to play hard. I think in the Chris Jones years, and maybe even a little bit with Elizondo, which still had COVID delayed games, and remember they had to play 3 games in the last week. Like I think there was a bit of a checkout factor. I don't sense that at all this year. Like I think these guys are invested, and again, I think part of that comes from Morris and Hervey saying, "Hey, like Killam's your coach. You want to play football next year? It might have to be here. There's always got to be competition."
Yep.
So I think that helps that them saying that. But yeah, I think if they came out and beat Saskatchewan, like that would be another good vibe. Again, it might not get them into the playoffs. It's still going to be tough. But
it would be a big positive step in the right direction.
Big positive step in the right direction. And then Cody would be, I think, above one game over 500 as the quarterback and all that type of stuff.
And what, you said, when was the last time Edmonton beat Saskatchewan at home?
August 2nd, 2018.
So there
7
you go.
consecutive games. Yeah, that's not good.
A little question here for you.
Sure.
And you could say, I don't know.
Well, I might not know.
Or I don't know how I feel. Is Trey Ford in Edmonton next year?
My gut would tell me he will not be.
Yeah. I have the same feeling.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand still the Like, I know Murray was in here on the Hangout.
Yeah.
And he was saying that this team would be as good, if not better, than they are right now if Trey Ford was a quarterback. And I don't know what you can base that on.
I'm not sure about that anymore. And I had this discussion with a gentleman I see at Rogers Place all the time, and I've known for several years. And he was very adamant. I think I was there for the rookie game. So I think they had lost to Toronto. They had not yet played Hamilton. And he said, why are they not using Trey Ford? And I said, I kind of think that ship has sailed. He's better than Fajardo. I said, well, but at what point? And then look, I wanted Ford to succeed. I understand why Ed did what he did with the contract. I have certainly heard, I did not go to training camp. I have heard from multiple people saying that Fajardo outperformed Ford at training camp, but they needed to give Ford the job and a chance. They were 1-4 with Ford as a starting quarterback. And this gentleman said to me, you got to give Ford more games. I said, it's an 18-game season, and you gave him 5, and they had 1 win. Like, at what point is the winning percentage just the winning percentage? You know, and certain flaws in his game that don't seem to be improving.
Yeah.
And I think that at times, Trey Ford got a raw deal from Chris Jones and Jarius Jackson, at times. But sometimes you have to look at multiple coaching staffs and multiple offensive coordinators arriving at the same conclusion. We can't start this guy. Now, he might still have to play. You never know. He might get a chance to play. But there could have been a couple opportunities to pull Cody, and he's never been pulled.
No, I don't.
Which is interesting to me.
I don't. Yeah, it's a tough situation for them too, because they brought in Tyrell Ford. I don't think it's going anywhere. Trey Ford may not be in the future for this team.
Right.
But there's no question that he would be a serviceable backup if something were to happen to Cody Fajardo. You see the drop-off across the league from backups. He might be one of the better backups available in the CFL.
We are coming to you from the Canadian Brewhouse studio. Win big this football season at the Canadian Brewhouse. Score your shot at a trip to the Super Bowl, weekly prizes, and more. Plus $1 off Budweiser and Bud Light tankards. Details at thecanadianbrewhouse.com. Huge weekend in the Prairie Football Conference. Huskies head coach Marshall Klene coming up.
The Oilers hit the ice at Rogers Place hosting the Jets for 7 o'clock puck drop. And the Oilers have reduced their roster size, sending 14 players to the AHL. Matvey Petrov, Connor Klattenberg, and Bo Akey being loaned to the Condors. Down in Florida, Alexander Barkov will miss the entire regular season. He's out 7 to 9 months after he underwent MCL and ACL surgery earlier today. He suffered the injury yesterday in practice. 3 games are live. Right now, Luke Glendening putting the Devils up 1-0 over the Islanders with about 13 minutes to go in period 1. In Elks news, Jared Brinkman and Nick Anderson have been ruled out of tomorrow's game against Saskatchewan. Kickoff at 5 o'clock. And right now in the CFL, the Alouettes are up 1-0 with the Roos. About 8:30 left to go in quarter number 1. After that, Toronto and BC meet at 8 o'clock. And entering the second, the Jays are up 1-0 over the Rays in their series opener. The Yankees and Orioles also in action. They're notched at 0s in the first. The Reid Wilkins Show continues after the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The Oil Stream.
Another interesting tidbit from Coach Chris Knobloch. He wants to see Nuge more at center. Do you like that?
I don't mind it. I think that could still change too. I'll add Henrique was on the wing yesterday. We could see those guys shuffle around, but he mentioned Frederick as well, his ability to play center. And
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
The leaves are turning, and just like golf season, time is running out to get in on Play Alberta's biggest offer ever. For a limited time only, new players can get up to a $1,000 casino bonus when they sign up. There's never been a better time to join the fun. Visit playalberta.ca today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. Remember, if you gamble, please use your game sense.
It's wing showdown time at the Canadian Brewhouse. Creamy street corn goes head-to-head with Mexican chili lime. Two bold flavors battling for your taste buds. Grab them anytime, or just 69 cents every Wing Wednesday. The Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino.
Just wasting gas. Whoa, blurring them dotted lines, killing.
Don't miss 3-time CCMA Performer of the Year, Dallas Smith, Unplugged, November 1st at the River Cree Resort and Casino. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement, bet on it.
Need extra space for products, tools, or seasonal stock? Sentinel Storage gives your business flexible storage and the room to grow. Affordable storage that scales with you. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Welcome back to the Reid Wilkins Show. As we head into the final two segments of the week, we got the weekend coming up. We got the Green and Gold kickoff show here with myself and Awanik tomorrow at 4 prior to the Elks game, starting at 5. And then there'll be post-game coverage following right after the game. And then Sunday, Matt and I are doing a back-to-back. We're doing a doubleheader this weekend.
Oh, my goodness.
We're going to be heading over to JP Bowl to watch the Huskies as they take on the visiting Calgary Colts over at JP Bowl. We will have a kickoff show at noon for 1 hour prior to the game. And a reminder, they want to sell out. Look, this is a bottleneck at this with the bottom 4 teams in the PFC, so the Huskies need to go out and get this win this weekend. They want you to come. So go to EdmontonHuskies.com, click on purchase tickets, use promo code EST, and you'll get 50% off your tickets, whether that's 1 or 10. Take your family. The weather is looking like it's going to be beautiful. So yeah, head on down there. And we are pleased to be welcomed by Huskies head coach Marshall Klene, who's joining us here on the Reid Wilkins Show again. Marshall, I just alluded to it. The standings, they're tight at the top. You got the Huskies, Colts, Wildcats, and Winnipeg are all at 2 and 4. But you could say that your team controls their own destiny. Both you have the Colts and then Winnipeg left. You both have home games to finish off the season. How is the team looking? How's the practice been this week? And how do you feel about heading into the final 2 weeks of the year?
I feel pretty good. Being able to control your own destiny going into playoffs is a good feeling. Having to kind of go through the gauntlet that we did in the first 3 weeks and having that over is nice. And just being able to be at home for these last 2 games is pretty important. The guys are flying around. They're executing. I think they understand the situation that we're in. So practice has been pretty high tempo and pretty good this week.
So you play this week. Then there's a bye. Then there's a final week of regular season. Then you're right into playoffs. Can I ask you, as the head coach of the Edmonton Huskies, are you like this bye at the end of the year here? Why wouldn't they just do it on the final week of the season, Thanksgiving weekend, give teams, staff, everybody a chance to get, maybe partake in Thanksgiving and get ready for the playoffs with a bye at the end of the season? Why do they have it a week before the end of the season?
The people who make those decisions are way above my head, so I won't comment too much on that.
Smart answer. So, look, we've seen a lot from this team. We've seen, it's fair to say you've seen a lot of highs and lows, a lot of ebbs and flows. You've got a lot of young players that have stepped up this year. How proud are you of those young players and coming in and filling out these roles? And what does this mean for the future of the Edmonton Huskies?
It means that the foundation has been set for the years moving forward. I know in recruiting it was important to go and get kind of those guys who could come in and make an impact immediately. And some guys that we brought in that we didn't know how they're going to pan out in their first year, they've stepped up and they've made plays, be it if it's just on special teams. So moving forward, it means that we have a strong player base. We have a lot of second and first years. I think we have about 60 on the roster right now. And even when you look at our starters, our average age is just sitting around 19 years old. So we're quite young for the conference, but our guys are still competitive in games. They're still showing that they can compete against older players, and it's just going to mean that the future is bright for us. We just got to retain them now.
Now, speaking of first years, this is your first year as a head coach. You know, coming in, I mean, you've been around football, you've been on staffs, but being the head coach is obviously quite different. What would you say would be your, something that you're going to take away from this year, and propel you forward as a head coach? Is something like, well, okay, that's quite important as a head coach to know.
I think the most important thing to know is that you never know what to expect in a week, and you just have to be ready to be on your toes and get after it. I think injuries is a problem with every team in this league, and just being able to kind of make sure that your systems, make sure that your players that are behind are ready to go from the get-go, so that if there's an injury that pops up on, say, Friday night, that we're able to get rolling for Sunday regardless.
Jackson Harnett was a player that was on our show. Your quarterback that you had, he is no longer on your team. If I'm not mistaken, did he go to Regina?
Yep, Regina.
Okay, I want you to walk through, because I think this says a lot about you, your staff, and your organization, because a lot of people don't know, a player in the CJFL just can't say, hey, I'm out of here. I want to go to another team. And as the Huskies, you can say, well, you're not allowed to go anywhere else. You have to stay here. I know that was a tough decision, but Jason Lorimer, your GM, spoke highly of Jackson Harnett. He said that was something that happened. But just talk a bit about that and how a process like that comes to light.
Well, ultimately, it's never always going to be a perfect fit at whatever program you're at. And understanding that you have 90 different personalities and 90 kids that want their best opportunity to play. And particularly with Jackson, he wanted an opportunity to move on to the next level and move on to U Sports. He felt that his best opportunity was going to be with the Regina Thunder. Personally, I'm opposed to coaches that hold players' rights. I think that at this level, we're here to foster kids' careers, and that you need to be releasing kids if they just don't feel like it's a right fit, and you got to help them kind of find the best place for them moving forward. I think there's a lot of examples in this league of teams that hold rights and kind of end kids' football careers, and that's just not what this league is supposed to stand for. So he was unhappy with the situation that he was in, but I have nothing but good things to say about Jackson. I think he's a phenomenal athlete. I think he's a phenomenal leader. And I wish him the best in his football future, and I hope to see him playing in U Sports next year.
There you go. Good on you guys for that. I know that's always a tough, it's tough when somebody else wants to go, and but good on you for doing the right thing. Look, this doesn't have to do with CJFL yet, but the talk of certainly in the early part of this week was all the changes made in the CFL, or the changes that are looming in 2026, 2027. I just want to get your thoughts. I mean, you've been around football for a major part of your life. What does Marshall Klene think of these changes that are coming to the CFL?
Oh, I'll always be a giant fan of the Rouge, so seeing that kind of leave is sad. I understand kind of the route that they're looking at, and understanding that there hasn't been a ton of fans, and they need to make some changes to try and bring new life into the CFL to make sure that the league itself is successful. My fear comes from the amount of money that has to go into the amateur football levels, or even like with U Sports, the amount of money that has to go into these field changes. Who knows who's footing the bill? Like, I know for us at the CJFL level, we use a lot of like community owned or city owned fields, and asking a city, like asking Edmonton or asking Sherwood Park to spend a couple $1 million to change a field dimension for one league, it's a big ask that I don't think is going to happen. So I hope that Football Canada, and I hope kind of the CJFL and the minor levels understand kind of just the economic impact that this might have. As for the league, there's people that are making decisions to try and make the CFL more relevant than it has been recently, and hopefully it works for them. I grew up a CFL fan. I love the Canadian game. I don't think that things had to change, but I understand their motive behind it.
All right. Well, thank you for that, Marshall. And thank you for hopping on the show again here. We wish you good luck here in the final 2 Well, 3 weeks of the regular season. Go get those victories. We'll talk to you on Sunday. I'll come say hi to you down on the field. This is Marshall Klene, head coach of the Edmonton Huskies. Go get him, coach.
Awesome. Thanks for having me on, guys.
All right. What was the player you were asking about?
Jackson Harnett.
Was that the guy that wants to be a pilot?
The air show. Yeah.
So he's changed teams mid-season?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He asked to?
Yeah. Look, if it's just, if it's not fitting for you, if somebody is coming in and that is going to step in, and maybe it's a younger player that they feel that they can develop more, as opposed to Jackson, who had been in the CJFL for a few years, maybe going to Regina, seeing that maybe there's an opportunity there at the university in Regina, but to get into the junior system for a year, it just made the right sense. But you have to sign when you belong on the Huskies or the Wildcats, they have your right. They have to physically sign a piece of paper that says we are releasing you.
Okay.
So it sounds silly, but sometimes that can be an issue. Players not happy with some of the changes or new coaches and wants to leave and go, especially in Edmonton, go across the river.
Okay.
Right? That can be tough, but I know from experience with the Wildcats, they're very, very good about that. Because at the end of the day, what Marshall said was very true. You're harboring the future of this young man, and you don't want to get in the way of that. And it might not be the right situation. So good on them for doing that. And it's a tough decision, especially when you have a quarterback that is could fit in somewhere on your team. But it was the right decision for him, and at least in his mind. So they made sure that happened.
Okay, interesting. So what time are you on Sunday?
We are going to be there for noon.
Noon? Okay.
Noon to 1.
And 4 o'clock tomorrow, Jay and Matt are on for the Green and Gold kickoff show. Elks, 5 o'clock game, play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. And there will be a pregame moment of silence and tribute for late owner Larry Thompson, who passed away yesterday. And there will be thought given and some sort of something done for a more permanent tribute to Larry in the weeks to come. That was from Chris Morris this morning. Of course, Edmonton Sports Talk is presented by Play Alberta. Gaming made easy, anytime, anywhere. With Play Alberta, you have a full casino experience right at your fingertips. Play from your phone, tablet, or computer whenever works for you. Download the Play Alberta app today and get started with a $50 casino bonus. Just deposit $50 with the promo code EST Casino. Play smart, play local, and don't forget to use your game sense. Oilers have a preseason game tonight at 7 against the Winnipeg Jets. Here is the expected lineup for the game. Henrique will center Mangiapane and Savoy. Tomasek will center Howard and Kapanen. So both Savoy and Howard in action, both in top 6 with the way this roster is constructed. We'll see how they do. Howard obviously scored that nice one-timer goal against Winnipeg a few days ago. Noah Philp, who had 2 assists in Winnipeg the other night, between Janmark and Hudson. Szymanski between Marhala and Järventie. Defensively, Nurse with Stetcher, Kulak with Regula, and Dineen will play with Brown. Pickard starting in net. Janssen will be the other goalie dressed tonight. The other game against Winnipeg, Noah Philp had a couple nice assists, and Howard scored that one-timer.
Is Regula a guy you're going to keep an eye on tonight?
Yeah, I guess. He's still here after
quite
being
limited,
after
right?
being perpetually on the injured list last year. So, I think a player they want to keep taking a look at. They assigned 14 guys to Bakersfield today, so he's still around. Maybe with Kulak, playing with a solid NHL defenseman, we'll see what he can do. So, maybe we got I don't know if he'd be in the mix to be here on opening day, but certainly I think someone they'd like to see develop and be on the team in the future.
Should we do a limerick?
Oh, yeah, let's do a limerick, baby.
You didn't read Bronco Licks.
No, I don't think we've read any today.
It's Friday, and it's a day of reflection. We say goodbye, Larry, with love and affection. He loved his team, a childhood dream. Saturday, we may have divine intervention.
Oh, nice.
He says, R.I.P. Larry, from Bronco Nick.
Bronco Nick? Is he the only one writing limericks these days? I think people are taking a break. They're on a hiatus.
Yeah, maybe the weekends come early for our limerick writing crew.
They've decided to take a little bit of a break. Ryder Cup going on. Europe up 5.5 to 2.5. We were watching some of that this afternoon. Often, the great thing about the Ryder Cup is you can kind of go in and out when you're watching it, right?
Yeah, I mean, for Europe being as heavy of underdogs as they were going into it, to come out 5.5 to 2.5 on the first day is pretty massive. And for those of you that jumped on Jay's play of the day yesterday, we got that number boosted to plus 165.
To Europe to win the Ryder Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good start.
It's about as good as, well, it's not as good as you can ask for, but given that you're on American soil, home team has won several of the last, the handful of Ryder Cups, to come out with a commanding lead after day one. Pretty good.
Can I read you a text I got about from a buddy?
Yeah,
who hates the Ryder Cup. And
What?
I was like, why do you hate the
Why?
Ryder Cup? So he explained to me. What I don't like about the Ryder Cup is the constant over-the-top celebrations. They're pumping their fists, waving their arms, screaming after every decent shot. If someone makes a putt to go up one on the second hole, he's celebrating like he won the Masters. It's over the top and unforgivable.
Oh,
well, it's something we don't usually see in golf. I just think it's the team element, right? Like you've
100%.
got except for the singles, you have somebody else with you can actually celebrate with besides your caddy, but like another player that you're right in the mix with. And then you have, it's pretty clean cut. It's pretty clean cut who's being cheered for. Yeah. This isn't like the Masters or something. Like there might be a crowd favorite, but also galleries tend to get behind who's ever doing well. Here it's like you're either a hero or a villain. So if you're a hero, you're going to pump your fist to pump everybody up. And if you're a villain, you're going to pump your fist to be like, in your face. You've been booing me? I just made 3 birdies in a row. Farmingdale, New York. Suck it.
I love that they have Padraig Harrington. They always have one European in the broadcast booth. And it's almost like his job is to make sure that, he wasn't saying that towards the Americans. He was saying, at one point, Shane Lowry hit a big putt and pointed into the crowd and pounding his chest. And Padraig Harrington had to identify that there was an Ireland flag that he was pointing at that he was celebrating with. I don't mind it. Look, it is different for a golf course to see that kind of reaction. And I will say, like Justin Thomas, his group or his pairing was up 5, I think.
Right.
And he was celebrating like it was the Masters still.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he this is a classic golf celebration, right? When the guy does this, he's the embellished, underhanded fist pump.
Yeah.
Love to see it. But it is emotional. You're playing for your country.
You're playing for your continent.
Or your continent.
They should let Canada play on this and make it North America versus Europe.
They could. Who would even make it? Would Corey Connor?
Yeah, he might have a chance. The President's Cup, Mike Weir was always on that because that's the rest of the world against the United States. You can text us at 780-218-9999. That is the afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, home of Tap 25 Restaurant. $18.99 prime rib special, available 7 days a week, except show nights from 11:30 in the morning to 11 p.m., available for dine-in and takeout. Words of the day and the Alberta Blue Cross courageous moment when we get back.
Some roster moves for the Oilers. 14 players leaving to Bakersfield, including Connor Clattenburg, Matvey Petrov, and Bowiecki being loaned to the AHL. From Rogers Place, the Oilers and Jets hit the ice at 7 o'clock. Calvin Pickard, the starter for the Orange and Blue, and 3 games are underway. Nearing the end of 20 minutes, the Lightning are up 2-1 over the Hurricanes, while the Red Wings have a 2-0 lead on the Penguins. And Captain Alexander Barkov is out 7 and 9 months for the Panthers after undergoing ACL and MCL surgery this morning. He suffered the injury yesterday at practice. On the field, Nick Anderson, Jared Brinkman have been ruled out for the Elks tomorrow as they challenge the Riders. Tune into the Green and Gold Kickoff Show. Matt Iwanek, J-Mail, and preview the action starting at 4 o'clock, only on ESPN Live. Right now in the CFL, Alouettes and Stamps in action. Stamps with a touchdown up 7-4 on the Alouettes. Entering the second quarter, Toronto and BC play later tonight. In baseball, the Jays have tied the Rays at 2 apiece, bottom of the second. Andres Jimenez at bat for Toronto. 2 outs in the inning with a runner on first base. And 7 other games are live. The Yankees leading the Orioles 2-0. Top of the third. New York and Toronto tied in the AL East as they battle for the division title as it goes down the wire near the end of the regular season. The final segment of the Reid Wilkins Show brings us back after the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
EST Afternoons.
Simone Lawrence. Simone, how you doing?
No, y'all intro music is perfect. No wonder y'all got one of the best shows in the world. Y'all, you had me feeling like I had a nice tuxedo on, you know? I'm excited. Elks versus the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Woo! And this is the kind of game the Tiger Cats need.
EST Afternoons, weekday afternoons 1 to 3, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Your brand deserves more than just a whisper, it deserves a buzz. At the Hive Product Marketing, they specialize in promotional products that bring the buzz. From eye-catching giveaways to unforgettable keepsakes, they got the perfect products to make your brand stand out and get noticed. Visit the Hive Product Marketing and let them create the buzz your business deserves. The Hive Product Marketing, the official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk. Visit them online at thehiveproductmarketing.com.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Little North Shore. Coob knows all the lyrics. I think Coob goes home and listens to North Shore.
Can you cut me a CD?
You got it.
Yeah.
Is this one called Believe in Me?
Yes. We were really creative.
You needed someone to believe in you.
Apparently.
Well, hey.
You know who believed in me,
Memorable lyrics to your bandmates.
You believed in me.
I believe in you, could still believe in you. It's not past tense.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a touchdown for the Alouettes as they are going to go up 10-7 with the point after to come. And that's going to be an extra 15 yards.
Well, that should be 15 on Alexander, too.
You think so?
Yes.
On both?
You can't run up and taunt somebody like that.
Fair enough. But then you can't also swat the quarterback's face mask.
You ever thrown a touchdown before, Davis?
Yeah, that's true.
My gosh.
So I watched.
Act like you've been there.
I knew
before.
the Seahawks won. So I visited some family last night, so I didn't watch the Seahawks game, but I knew they won. So I watched the first half when I got home, and I just skip ahead 30 seconds, which for football is pretty much perfect. But I saw Kenneth Walker, the running back, got a taunting penalty because he threw the ball in the direction of a defender. I'm like, why do that?
Yeah,
just you know it's a penalty.
Can't do it.
No, just don't do it. Our Courageous Moment new segment on the show is presented by Alberta Blue Cross. Running your own small business takes courage, and as it grows, so does your team. That's why Alberta Blue Cross offers health, dental, life, disability, and wellness benefits designed just for small businesses, because we know a healthy team means a thriving business. Visit ab.bluecross.ca to find a plan that is right for you. We usually do this Tuesdays and Thursdays on this show. We had planned to discuss the late Joey Moss. It was his birthday yesterday, but then the news of Larry Thompson passing away broke, so the final hour of the show was dedicated to that. I just want to say, and I'll probably bring this up every year whenever we talk about Joey.
Yeah,
I remember doing Inside Sports, and Joey, we heard that Joey passed away like within an hour of the show starting. And I called a couple of Oilers alumni that I knew, and they said, we'd like to talk about it, but we just want to wait till, see how the family wants to handle it or how the Oilers want to handle it. But I mean, we talked about a lot of the show. Somebody called into my show in tears.
Yeah.
Talking about Joey Moss, pretty incredible impact on the Oilers, on the community. I mean, he worked for the Double E as well. There's that great uniform in the Oilers Hall of Fame room that's half green and gold, half blue and orange, representing both teams. Joey worked for a special guy in the community. I did not know him that well, sort of the era when he was around the locker room a little more and mingling a little more preceded me. But I just know some of the great stories that the guy, I mean, Joaquin tells great stories about him from his tenure with the Oilers. So I think you think of courage, you think of inspiration, you think of Joey. So I wanted to mention that today.
Yeah, he was quite a wrestling fan. I believe I've heard quite a few wrestling stories.
Apparently they would set up a ring sometimes in the dressing room, and he would usually emerge as the champion against other challengers. So yeah,
he's got a mural of him on 99th Street.
Yep.
Very well done.
Yeah, it's cool stuff.
So what? Okay, Wayne Gretzky was dating his sister,
Vicky Moss. Yes,
and that's how
he got in with the Oilers. Yeah, and then he kept doing stuff with the Elks too. Yeah, or the Eskimos at the time. Yeah,
incredible.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Well, I still think this is a bit of a. I mean, didn't you have some spicy food last night for dinner?
Yes, we did. We got some
pretty courageous.
Well, I don't know about that. It was hot,
like hot.
It was good. So I met up with a couple cousins, and they ordered food, and I picked it up, and it was from, I think it's called Savoy's Southeast Asian Kitchen. So that butter chicken, basmati rice, but it had stuff in it and some kind of mushrooms, and the mushrooms especially were hot.
Really?
Yes, to the point where it's like, okay, they taste like mushrooms, but I'm not sure I need to have more than a couple. I didn't take any left, but we ate all the butter chicken, and they had some bread to dip in the sauces and stuff too. No, they had other bread. We didn't get any naan. My cousin had other homemade bread around.
Okay, so you went over there to play some board games.
We didn't wind up playing any games. We just talked. Yeah, we just talked. We just caught up. This was their sisters. The cousin that got married and her older sister. The older sister hosted. Their husbands are away hunting. So we were like, well, let's hang out.
I brought up your baseball game, your single player simulation baseball game. I brought it up on the hangout today.
Oh yeah, okay. I didn't hear that part of it.
Yeah, we should do that. We
could start a league or something.
I think, but couldn't every ESTer have a team and just simulate the heck out of this? At 10, what is it? 11,
honestly,
11?
I'd have to recap how to do it. I'm not going to make people buy the program.
It would be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I think we should.
There's that incident again from the Montreal-Calgary game. All right, let's do words of the day. Wrap up the week. Then I got to eat and go to the rink.
The word of the day with Reid and Jay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
What do they got to say?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you.
Let's find out.
English, do you speak it? Then you know what I'm saying.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, first word of the day, Gesundheit.
Oh, man. Well, I know what it means.
Gesundheit.
Spelling it. No, that's not right. Say it again.
Gesundheit.
Oh, I think I'm missing a letter. I'll just try it. G-E-S-U-I-N-D-H-E-I-T. Did not get it.
You were very close. G-E-S-U-N-D-H-E-I-T.
Well, actually, I put in an extra I.
You had an I.
I actually put an extra I in there. And that is a word that you say after someone sneezes. I think it's the German. Is it a German word?
Yeah, it's Gesundheit is an interjection used to wish good health to one who has just sneezed.
Right. Okay. It's like the version of bless you.
1 out of 2.
You knew I would know the meaning.
I would hope
spelling
you would,
was because it's kind of like, wait a minute, what's the order of the letters here?
Ombudsman. Ombudsman.
OMBUDSMAN. And an ombudsman is somebody who handles complaints or grievances about an organization, but he tries to be neutral within that organization. So it's like if EST had an ombudsman, he would take listener complaints, but he wouldn't just be like, well, I work for EST and my company's great, so leave me alone. He would actually say like, hey guys, got 15 complaints last year. I think these, or the last week, I think these 13 are valid. You know, Jay, you shouldn't put your bare feet up on the desk. Maybe don't do that.
Valid point.
Reid, maybe you shouldn't have your pet raven on your shoulder while you're doing the show. It's kind of distracting, yada, yada, yada.
Coob, don't eat fish at work.
You knew I would know that one.
Yeah, you never know.
Well, fair enough. I've surprised you both ways.
3 out of 4 heading into the weekend.
Going into the week. I had a pretty good week words the day because Monday, didn't I nail it? There were some tougher ones along the way. Like who was it that sent? Was that Dave from Ewell?
Yeah,
that sent in. It wasn't definitions. It was Greek gods to spell. And then what are they the gods of?
Yeah, that was a tricky day.
Well, I knew that pneumonia or whatever was the Greek god of memory, of memories.
Numensis or
Numensis?
All right.
Like that. 4:00 Sunday. Jay and Matt are on the air. Tomorrow. My God. Combining the 2 times you're on air. You just do it.
We will come to you live at 4:00. You got the Green and Gold kickoff show with myself and the one and only Matthew Awanek leading into the Elks game at 5, and that will be followed by the post-game show. Hopefully, it's a happy post-game show. And I'm thinking it will be, Reid. I'm just going to say it.
I hope so.
Let's get a prediction out of you.
Oh, I'm not picking the Elks.
Okay.
27-18 Riders.
27-18 Riders. Okay, that's that. And if you want to come and watch some great local football, come see us at JP Bowl on Sunday. Game kicks off at 1, but get your tickets prior. EdmontonHuskies.com. Click on tickets. Use promo code EST and you get 50% off.
All right, I'm off to Rogers Place for the Oilers and the Jets preseason game. On behalf of the Coob and the Glue Guy, I'm Reid. Take care.